How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Sorry about the delay. I was getting stuff done, and then I realized the upload is taking longer than it needed to. So I pushed the stream back 5 minutes. Should have probably just done like 10 just to be safe, but I thought, it says roughly 5. Maybe it's going to be accurate, but here we are. 5V5 1V1 DUELS are back. 10-2, man, it's calling me and I want to hop back on. My god, the rogue changes, I've only begun to really like dig my teeth into them. Assassination and Outlaw, the only specs I even got to scrape. I feel like what even has been just a upper layer of. But then there's also Assassination and some of the stuff that I see with this spec, and I started reading some of the abilities and I thought, I could either be awake for the rest of the night and just looking at this stuff, or I could just go to sleep, wake up, hopefully early enough, didn't work out that way, and then take care of it in the morning. But I'm gonna be doing that later tonight, man. It's I want to do keys, I want to play the homies and stuff, I want to play my Baldur's Gate this week too at some point, but finding time to do all of that, all this PTR stuff, while also maintaining my normal schedule is gonna be impossible. Boys, we got ourselves more 5V5 1V1 DUELS tonight. That's gonna be loud as hell. But the groups should hopefully be listed, at least by somebody over on the EU. Otherwise, we'll get them up and running in just a second here. You know what? I'm not a fan of that song. Already started kind of slow. Not my vibe at all today. Yeah. Dude, how cool would it be if, like, enough people are on PTR to do some PTR duels at some point? I'm not going to say that we're doing it tonight or next week or anything. I need to let you guys know ahead of time. But a lot of people logged on PTR. So I think that'd be kind of cool to try that at some point. How we doing tonight, chat? We got ourselves Matko, we got Chris, iPlush, Face, we got ourselves Ivan, Sleepy, John. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, Sally, my man. How you been? How are you? What do you think of the org rework? I just scraped the surface of it, but already, oh, we got some good stuff in there, man. All I can talk really about is Outlaw specifically. I am very satisfied with what they did on the talents. I need to take a deeper look at it, but already off the bat, it feels like from the top, you're picking some of the core things to your spec. You're not having to pick mandatory stuff like halfway down the tree, which felt terrible because it just felt like I'm just losing a talent point. Like where one class would get like something new, I'm just getting something I used to have. Now all the things you baseline to you, a baseline, and talent tree is like there's choices now. And the way that you can build Outlaw and how sprawling it gets, it's kind of weird to me, man. Choices galore, and the capstone choices, dude. You can just go full, like, John Wick in Shadow Dances, man. In Vanishes will be just John Wicking, where between the eyes also dispatches for free. And it doesn't take a cooldown, and it does more damage than a dispatch. Like, what? Are you kidding me? What are they, dude? Whatever they're smoking, keep buffing that thing. Whatever you guys going on over the Blizz, keep doing it, dude. Let him cook. Let him cook. Alright, EU today, yeah? Friday? Hey, Sleepy never called me that last night. Rude. What the? I've been sleepy in the actual chat. What the hell are you talking about, go? The best commentator voice in all a while. Hey, man, appreciate ya. Not the best. No. The best is gonna be once we're actually commentating, like, serious WoW events, man. That's how we know we've made it, okay? But then we can say the best. Up until then, up and coming. You know what I mean? Let's just go with that, right? In the works. Working my way up the ladder. Whatever you want to use, man. When we are actually doing some serious WoW, like official commentary and stuff, right? Whether we're on like a call or on a stage or whatever, that's how we know we've made it. Up until then, man, it's just like, you could give it whatever else besides like the best, you know what I mean? We got a goal to reach, man. That's gonna be our little goal. No spiders around? No, not this time. Although I do have I had a slipper. I had a weapon holstered. I should also just get like a slipper holster at my desk. It's not common though. But you know, I do have a spider living in my car somewhere. I don't know where that thing is. I don't want to know. I just see spider webs everywhere. But I know if a spider lives somewhere in the car, that means no other bugs live in the car. And I'm the kind of guy that where in my neighborhood, right, wasps are pretty bad when summer comes around. And sometimes I like to build homes in people's cars. Not inside of the cars, but like behind the rear view mirror, or like where the door hinge is at. Like there's a gap between the outside of the car and inside. There. That one is the worst. That one is the worst. But like, if there's a spider crawling around my car and it's like it's eating stuff, I'm cool with that. I hate spiders, but like, oh man, like the hatred I have for wasps, like fear of spiders is like irrational. Wasp one is rational, 100%. Like it's all like awake, 100%. Like it's totally justified, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Spiders is unjustified. Like they probably don't deserve it, but like F them anyway. Let me do this. How to join. Happy Friday. What's up, Trix? How you doing? Happy Friday to you too. Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful evening, fam. Let me see if I can pin that. Alrighty, groups are listed. I was gonna see if you guys can actually see my screen or not, but apparently I did stuff right. Are we gonna have my man Cracker join tonight, or is he still doing hardcore? Because I imagine classic hardcore is still like, you know, people are hopping on, check out PTR stuff, but afterwards it's just like, all right, back to hardcore. I could totally see it, because like 10:07, 10:17, like what is it to do? I mean, doing endgame stuff and like pushing, I think it's very enjoyable. But like, Kata, my man. Dude, Kata popped off last week. We just need one more and this group is ready. Good evening, what's up, Boundless? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. And we got plushed. All right, we got the whole team for team 1. This team is ready to go. Okay, team 1 is ready. Gonna get team 2. Hang tight. Gonna make Jayhawk lead since he's done this before. All right, chat. Second group coming up in just a moment. We'll get them up and running. Once we have 2 groups available, we'll be chilling. You know what? I'm not feeling this song at all. Like, not even one bit. Not even a little bitty. Alright. Here we go. Group 2 is listed. If you guys want to join it, well, welcome to it. We are up. We are live. Second group is ready. Hopefully we'll be ready soon. But group 1, good to go. We're ready. Once we get 2 groups, we are in. Fourbeard and Grifka are waiting by. Yeah, if you want to join me, then more than welcome to. More than welcome to. No tanks this time though. I was looking through some of the clips, man. No tanks, all right. Fury, arms, whatever you want to play. Frost, blood. Well, Frost and holy, but no blood. You know what I mean? Let's just not do any of the. Also, by the way, they got some Fel Reaver motorcycles in here. I don't know where these things come from, but they literally have motorcycles in the next patch. Dude, 10-2 is already like, who doesn't want to be, what's that guy with a Nicolas Cage, but he's a skull? Crap, hold on. It's superhero. I'm really bad with superheroes, man. Ghost Rider. There you go. Who doesn't want to be Ghost Rider? Imagine Demon Hunters riding these, because they literally have a skull for like a Mog. Wait, that's actually so perfect. And they got a lot more mounts. I looked at these. That's not different. But this thing doesn't work at PTR, by the way. I can't ride it for some reason. They got Sabertooth Raptor mounts. They're a cat and raptor put together. But apparently it looks like maybe druids will be able to be these as a travel form too. So that's going to be kind of neat. That also looks like that's a mount, but also will be what potentially seems like a feral druid form. A spectral tiger looking thing, which is kind of dope. Stag, that might also be a druid thing. That would be a cool bear form. Actually, I think that is going to be a bear form. This owl bear thing. The moon beast, but it's an owl bear. Scarab mount, that's another cool one actually. We don't know how to get those though. Gladiator mount. A lot of people I saw on Twitter were complaining about this one. Like, it's just like, I guess it is like the same mount, but green as we have in current season. So kind of understandable. Call of Duty, what's up? What's right over my head? Hope you have a good one. So how you doing, Jake? How you doing, my guy? You know what, Jake? I did give it some more thought. Yo, Pikachu, we'll get you in these as soon as we got space, man. We just got a group filled. But as soon as we got spots, man, we'll get you guys up and running, yeah? I guess I'll make Grifka lead on the other team. I do want to see if we can get some variety here, like switch out the teams a little bit from time to time, right? Just at some point, just be like, all right, flip the script. Let's get some different teams in here, different bodies, different names, all that, you know? But yeah, Jake, you know how yesterday you said like last few expansions have been like, almost like they were in spirit of an older one, like Legion was like in spirit of TBC. Makes sense. Shadowlands was in spirit of Wrath, which I'll fight you just because I don't like Shadowlands. I'll fight you still on that. And then Dragonflight is like in spirit of Cataclysm, which I couldn't agree with you at first. But now that I've given it some thought, I mean, we got an Emerald Dream raid that has the literally bosses of Firelands in there. So yes, it is actually like Firelands. It is Cataclysm. It is Cataclysm. You're right. It actually does feel like it. Someone said, like, it was like a picture that somebody on Twitter posted that is like, wait, well, isn't it actually going to be Mr. Pandaria? Is it going to be in spirit of Pandaria? Maybe, right? We go to another continent. They did say no pirates, but like, we'll have to go ahead and see. All right, Grifka and Jay, I got to get you guys both in here. Grifka, what are you on Reality? Doesn't even matter, right? Does it? Invite, spectator, match, Grifika. That's a weird one. I'm gonna have to remember that. And Jayhawk. I think we might have a first duel of the night, boys. If this works. Yeah, here we go. We're ready? Yo, Jay, when you get a chance, just whisper me at some point, yeah? Did somebody just throw something at me? Huh? Why are you throwing stuff at me? Eh? Alright, boys. First duel of the night. We got ourselves groups. Bottom of the line, tail of the tape. You know what I mean? We got groups up and running, boys. Demon Hunter train spec. I would love it, dude. I think if they can add a third spec for Evoker, I would like for Demon Hunters to get another spec. By the way, Demon Hunter rework is still not available for us to test on PTR. That's probably going to be in the next week's build. I'm excited to see what they do. If they've done rogues, what looks like justice, early impression for the community is like, holy cow, this is insane. I'm hoping Demon Hunters get something good too, man. Dragons and Druids related patch, so yeah, that's what it looks like. Cataclysm. I wasn't gonna say Cataclysm up until like the Firelands invasion inside of the Emerald Dream. That's when I'm like, okay, Fire Druids, Cataclysm, more or less. That's the only reason, man. But yeah, that one I think is just like, that one I had a hard time like wrapping my head around on, but I can kinda sort of see it. Kinda. Alrighty, boys. First one of the night. Switch. We got ourselves groups up and running with Forkbeard gonna be first one up and running. Got himself the arcane spears, but immediately disarmed as Sneaks tried to see if he could sneak up upon him. Got himself the full undead heritage set. It looks so good on a rogue though. Honestly, it felt like the design that set to some degree with rogues in mind. Is that a spear or did that just miss entirely? It looks like it is a spear onto Sneaks potentially. Unless he hasn't seen it. Ravager down, the rogue trying to see if he can maybe get some damage while keeping evasion rolling. That is down, cooldowns are down, while Forkbeard got his going up and running. It's gonna be amateur mad damage to the Snakes. Man barely makes an escape with the Cloak of Shadows. Actually, looks like Forkbeard was picking up some steam towards the later part of that. That was actually kind of incredible amount of damage, trying to see if he could find the rogue out in the open, stabbed by Sneaks, but the man does not want to walk out in the open. He has himself one more vanish, has a trinket, could go in for hit and runs with Forkbeard. If he does go in for hit and runs, you want to make sure to attach a rupture on the guy. Make sure to leave the warrior bleeding over the grand arena, just to make sure he doesn't get any kind of re-heals and resets. Otherwise, second one is going to be massive for him. As this man is just kneeling down, praying to the god of bloodthirst and slaughter, just trying to see, just give me the energy to take down this rogue in a single blow, man. Disarm immediately. It's Forkbeard. Will not have access to his weapons whatsoever. Got him some Zercourageous in case there's a gouge, I guess. As Sneaks just continues to funnel in Shadow Strike after Shadow Strike, back-to-back eviscerates. Get a shot to lock him down for just a second. Forkbeard does burn a trigger for this one. This way, he needs to pick up a bunch of steam and get a bunch of damage going and leap it away from the rogue. Quick gouge as the child steps back over to the warrior, trying to see if he can build up a little bit of damage. Shadow Blades are active. Cheap shot. It is super DR though. Sneaks does have himself a vanish. Wait, no, he doesn't have any vanish anymore. Actually, he's kind of out in the open. If he goes down here, it could be really, really bad. He got himself evasion last second. This one, Forkbeard just needs one more big go. That is a bleed. Rolling Sneaks with a spear right after him. That is going to go through his evasion. Maybe this will be enough. Wait a second. Maybe Sneaks goes down. Cheat death. The man is in trouble. Stormbolt and his fate is sealed as Forkbeard does slam down those massive, massive spears over the man's skull, taking down yet another undead under the bell. But we got more of this undead army with Jayhawk going to be up next on the team in the back. We got ourselves Cannon, got ourselves the full Nido set. Also, they did say they're adding the blue version of this Nido set at some point in the future, by the way. But that's a good looking set. We got ourselves Plush as well as Holy Sayo, the full Juggernaut set. It looks so good, man. The Juggernaut Warrior set from Antaurus is literally the best paladin set I've ever seen. Over on team one, while these guys are getting up and running, we got Grifika, we got us Nina back in, we got Whisper as I think it was the Druid. Judy, call it Judy, that's the one, as well as Trix in the back as well. Night Elf? Oh, that looks so good with that Mog. Wait a second, I want to see what that looks like once you get up and running. Touch of the Magi by Jayhawk, got himself the ultra time. Forkbeard just getting blasted out. Big defensive last second. This way he needs as much recovery as possible. Big touch of the Magi is just not going to let you escape, as literally the god, the hand of, what's his name? Khadgar literally goes slamming down on you. Wait a second, hold on. Antonidas? What's a better wizard? Who's the stronger wizard, Antonidas or Khadgar? I guess either one, right? Gonna be Tricks opening up, big damage onto Jayhawk, but it's gonna be back-to-back hits by Jay, though. Is able to get quite a bit of damage surrounding him in a ring of fire, but the army of the demons is starting to coalesce slowly but surely. Tricks trying to see if he can reposition next to his own portal as well as the gateway. Jayhawk does try to see if he can incapacitate all of those demons. The Axos can still be pretty deadly, still in line of sight, but that demon is completely frozen. Does disrupt any kind of mortar summons for Tricks, but Jayhawk is not in a great spot right now, very defensive, trying to see if he can blink across. That's where if Tricks can get all these demons around towards Jay and attacking him slowly but surely, as long as he can constantly pressure him so Jay cannot catch up any kind of healing, he'll be in a golden spot. But that's where Jay is gonna go for that invis, maybe gonna go sit down for food. If Tricks is in a good position, he should be able to disrupt any kind of feeding from the mage. It's just trying to stay in the middle, trying to keep his head on a swivel. He could be behind any one of these pillars. Going for one of the eyes, Jayhawk sitting down for food, trying to see if he can get himself a couple of ticks of eats, a couple of bites to eat. This is where Tricks, the faster he gets over there, the better. Ring of Fire is going to be down. It doesn't matter if you send out all of your demons into the Ring of Fire. In fact, actually, if they get frozen, if they get fire burning on them while they're frozen, it does break them out of CC. The Demon Dog is charged in, but they're charging in absolutely just frozen instantly, just flash frozen as they go through the ring. Full army of demons is surrounding Jayhawk. It is a big obby down for a second for him, but it's going to be Tricks trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling. Jayhawk trying to play super defensive, trying to pivot from one pillar to the next. That's why Tricks just needs even more pets, a little bit of line of sight of Jayhawk, maybe a stun real quickly. And then while he gets him out in the open, stun will be amazing. Dreadstalker is going to be up and running. More pets join in. Jayhawk with a Nova. It's going to be an Axos right after. Has himself a blink in order to break out of that situation, but still taking a bit of damage all the time to help him stabilize a little bit. But he's still not in a fantastic spot. He's going to have to make a play. Breath onto Tricks. Does have a trinket and an ice block for Jay. The faster you go in for your burn chain, the better, because right now dampening is going to be your worst enemy. Clock is ticking. Tricks trying to keep himself afloat here with more demons sent in. Jay trying to play super defensive. He got himself a pretty big health recuperation. Prismatic barrier that does get broken, but it is going to give him quite a bit of healing. Axos right after. Tyrant to follow. Handigal down. Jay's in trouble. This one just might be over for the mage. Axos right after. Tricks just absolutely overwhelms him with a big old Tyrant. The Tyrant, once he has himself good line of sight, he's able to make it quite a bit of a play, quite a bit of damage. Who's going to be up next? Is honestly waiting out the Tyrant. It looks like it was Holy Saya. Did not want to fight the Tyrant directly. But it's going to be quite a bit of pets. If you can take the momentum of pets onto Holy Saya, let him do a little bit of damage, crack through Paladin's defenses, that's going to be good. The earlier you can start pressuring him, the better. Hand of Freedom immediately. If Tricks had himself Reflect, he does not. But if he had Reflect, that would have been a perfect time to maybe try to see if he can line up a Reflect for the Hodge. Holy Saya with full wings, not Crusader wings. Back to the normal set of wings. Every minute he's got quite a bit of damage. Not quite the strongest damage out there, with quite a bit of pressure either way. Is able to give him a little bit more sustained value as well as more healing potential, just because wings are up a lot more often compared to Crusade wings. Trying to see if he can ram through. Tricks is just going to keep blasting him through his wall. Bubble is available. Tricks is not in a great spot unless he got himself a Mortal Coil. I think it's just his fate is sealed. Holy Saya looks like he's going to be able to finish him off fairly quickly. Up next, Whisper is going to be charging in as a Shadow Priest. Immediately has a PI available. Needs to get up to Holy Side to maximize the value of the PI. Trying to see if he can Shadow Crash. Maybe can reach him around the corner. I believe maybe connected, but I'm not 100% on that one. But Whisper is kind of in a bit of a tight spot. As a Shadow Priest, you don't have mobility. Compared to every other class in the game, you have better mobility than you've had in any other expansion, but every other class has gained even more mobility. So you still one of the slower classes out there, to be honest. Big damage available though. Got him so full ascend with a Void Torrent together with a Siphon. Some tentacles join in. Holy Side trying to see if he could bail out of there immediately. Just trying to see if he can land inside Whisper. Big Shadow Crusher around the corner. Don't know if that one connects though, but Holy trying to see if he can play around, buy himself a little bit of time, maybe until wings are available is when he wants to close the gap. Whisper trying to see if he can get a bit of range away from the pillar to make sure if Holy Saya is charging out, he's charging out in the open. Silence into a Mind Games onto Holy Saya. Trying to be very careful with this one, as it is going to be Spore Cloak, giving him a little bit of that protection. Just trying to play it as safe as humanly possible. This is where Whisper could push in. I don't know if he's got anything to push in. Maybe a Fade, potentially. Because if he can push in, Holy Saya is real low. Bloodseeker Protection is all he's got unless he goes for Spell Warden. But I wonder actually, can you master Spell Warden or not, man? The Shadow Priest? Dude, I think his strat is the very best. Honestly, if you see in Shadow Priest not charge in, I think it's because they literally can't. Like, they're not a rogue who just press a sprint and just get around the pillar within a half a second. They gotta drop down some feathers, they gotta press fade, they gotta do everything in order to give himself even a modicum of mobility compared to every other class. Big ascent right now for Whisper, but this is where Holy Sight is gonna counter his wings with his own wings, stun into Whisper, silence to follow. Whisper may decide to go for a disperse here, but this is where if he goes in for Big Void Troid, Holy Sight does go for Spellboard, and Whisper may need to go for disperse immediately before he loses any more health. There goes the big shield. That's gonna be Spore Cloak. Got him some Desperate Prayer, everything. Trying to see if he can deny the disperse until a little bit later. Holy Sight with a big shield of it. It's gonna be Flash Heal. Does get interrupted. Still has access to disperse. Using that in order to get himself a little bit more stabilization. Holy Sight shield of it does break. Has himself Lay on Hands coming up at some point in the future. Fear to follow him. If Whisper has himself a good setup, now would be a good time to do it. Holy Sight not going behind the pillar whatsoever. Stun as long as you can live it, you may be okay. Fear coming up, maybe not available. Stun onto Holy Sight. Doesn't have a way out of it. No, he does. Actually, hit himself with a Blessing of Sake, which is huge. Void Short to follow might be enough. Silence on Holy Sight, but this Paladin is not going to be taken down with a simple silence. Just keeps cracking those back-to-back Templars back at the Priest. Not gonna let him play the game whatsoever. My goodness. There it is, man. Paladin just had to go in, put in some numbers, man. You know what I mean? Just the bigger the damage, the better. Just gotta keep silence. Honestly, does not really stop a Paladin much, does it? It's mostly like healing and certain handful of abilities, but majority of his damage just keeps trucking on. Even though quite a lot of the damage is magic damage, it does have a bit of that range. Silence doesn't actually stop him nearly as much. I would even say like a Death Knight is more impeded by silence, are they not? I need to ask Shield Pills to double check, but I'm pretty sure like even Clawing Shadows, they can't do that while silenced. So that's actually kind of interesting how that goes. Blind by Grifka, as he's taking big damage from Holy Saya. That is wings available together with the Shield of Vengeance. Grifka trying to see if he can maybe get himself a reset. Kidney Shot immediately as soon as it's available. Bubble out of the Paladin. Grifka with advantage to follow, walking back into Consecration, but I think that might actually get him out of stealth if Holy Saya is quick in the draw. Hand of Freedom just to catch up to a Shadow Step by Grifka. Try to see if he can escape it. I don't think he's taking damage from the Paladin at all. Final wreck right on top of where the rogue is at. Literally the immediate Holy Strike down into the ground with a cheap shot onto Holy Grifta, but he does himself the Blessing of Saint. He's able to give himself a more survivability. Tricked by Grifka though with that Seek technique. It's just too high into dampening as Holy Saya tried to see if he can get himself a little bit of recovery. Not much you can really do at the end there. Kedem looking over at Pludge. They're both trying to figure out who's going to be first, who's going to be next. It looks like the hunt is being sent out. Last time Kedem had himself a hell of a time versus Grifka. Rogue is not the easiest thing to hunt down for a hunter, just because of the raw survivability. Grifka got himself one more evasion. One more vanish available. I didn't expect that volley, by the way. Does have himself the explosive shot. Freezing trap immediately. Grifka does not have a trinket, so if you have a stun and a big stun, you have the biggest go. Death Chakram is available. Rapid fire. He does have evasion for this one. If you could just live that evasion, and if as long as you have Hunter's Mark, he can't really get out of it easily. He got vanishes, but that's really not gonna help him much. Cloak him back up very soon though. He could go for a cloak vanish. The Sentinel is actually huge. Vanish will not help the rogue unless he uses it right now. He will have some cooldown reduction for the cloak, and if anything, try to see if he can catch up to Kedem. Oh my goodness, this could be anyone's game right now. Kedem does have everything for this one, but Grifka the rogue is not going to be taken down all that easily. Gouge to the pet, traps are getting laden in every single angle, does not have a Hunter's Mark on him. Flare down to get Grifka back into combat, does Hunter's Mark around the corner before his Shadow Step can come out. Freezing trap to follow, does get a rapid fire advantage by Grifka with the Cloak of Shadows. And it does get himself a proper reset. Kedem could pick up eyes right now, he does get himself a camo. If he randomly flares behind this pillar though, he will find Grifka. He may not even need eyes, just he realizes the rogue is there. He's looking around in every angle. He doesn't know where the rogue is. He doesn't even have a guess right now. But picking up the eyes, does see the rogue rapid fire immediately. Grifka needs to make a play. Stun, does not have a trigger for this one. Death Chakram is going to be huge. Kill shots right after. Nothing left on the rogue. I think it's just over unless he vanishes. Maybe. Lives an explosive shot into a vanish right after, no Hunter's Mark on him. The pet's still attacking him for some reason, but then it stops. Kedem, I don't really know. You gotta fight Grifka some way, somehow. I don't think this rogue is gonna open up into like that. He does have a trinket back up, so at least if anything, he can stop your next freezing trap. But we'll see. Kedem does have a trinket as well. Could just trinket this right now. Does go for the trinket scatter shot into a trap into Grifka. Volley to follow. Does have evasion back up. The rogue's evasion is back up and active, but it's not gonna last too long. If Kedem can maybe get himself a rapid fire as the evasion falls off, maybe he'll be okay. Next stun though with Intimidate is definitely gonna be trinketed out, unless Kedem can bait it with a freezing trap or something. Does get a Death Chakram rolling. That's huge. Maybe Sentinel around the corner, potentially. Freezing trap. Doesn't have a way to stop it. Ketem trying to see if we can find an angle. Trinket to follow by the rogue into a secret technique, but that's going to be a sacrifice by the pet. Maybe it'll be enough for Ketem to survive this. Grifka trying to see if he can maybe get himself vanish. Oh no, dude. The cooldowns for rogues don't matter, do they? I felt like you used evasion only not long ago, but then a couple of vanishes later, it's back up and available. Stun onto Grifka. Ketem, your last opportunity to potentially take the rogue down. Is this going to be it? Does go for the cloak to get himself a proper reset with the Shadow Meld. Traps are getting put around the corner, but Grifka is going to be careful to avoid him entirely. Wait. Pet does walk onto you. Cheap shot him to get him. Nothing you can do. Pet is stunned. Can't even help. He's 6 technique right after. Ketem, I think, just might go down. It's just going to be done. Nothing you can do about it. Plush is the last one left over on team 2. He's got to find a way to eliminate Grifka. I think if he just sends everything at the guy, picks up the eye, finds him, I think he'll be able to do it. My goodness. What's up, Buckets? Yeah, we are on EU today. If you guys want to join on EU, you're more than welcome to him. If they mind control us into it and hit, can we hit him back? If they mind control us and hit us. Did somebody mind control you earlier? Like if somebody like on the other team is messing around and mind controlling people, don't mind control each other. That's all I'm gonna say, I guess. Grifka try to see if he can find Plush. A couple of fans later does not find him, still putting himself out in the open and diving back into stealth. This does give Grifka an opportunity to get an opener, and I think that's how he wins these. Does get caught. Hold on a second. Put into combat for a second. Plush does see Grifka. They are attacking each other, so nobody can catch a resell. Gouge into Grifka. I think it just might be over. Unless Grifka miraculously lives, he doesn't have cheap death or anything. Cheap shot right after. Eviscerates, it's just done. Oh my goodness, Plush. Dude, that's rogues right now. You get caught out of stealth, you got out caught without trinket, you're done in a stun. Really fair, huh? Nina, gonna be the last one left, sporting team 1. Gotta defend the team 1's honors. A kidney shot comes out by the rogue, does go for the wall. No healing is available. Dampening is incredibly high, so the faster you blow your defenses, probably the better. Except for immunities, you can definitely be a little bit more careful with those. Hand of Freedom for the Paladin, rushing after Plush, does go for the gouge to follow as the Hand of Freedom still rolling onto the Pally. Try to see if he can keep cracking the big damage. Wake of Ashes, mad output onto Plush, does dive into stealth with a sit pickup. It's giving him a little bit of survivability. In fact, the vanish with sit pickup is actually a decent bit of recovery. Nina does have eyes on either side. Bubble and Bob still available. If they just bubble this next go and have a stun for the rogue, I think they'll be golden. Plush is literally just standing next to you. It doesn't even want to go anywhere. He's literally on top of you, waiting for the sap, waiting for the Shadow Blades. He's got everything available. So if Plush can pre-cloak, pre-evasion stuff here, I think he'll be golden. I think he'll be in a fantastic spot. But we'll see. I want to see if some music is on shuffle or not. I don't know if it is actually. Cloak of Shadows by Plush. Blessing of Protection for Nina. Oh no, dude. Super high dampening, huh? 5V5 1's mind control only. Exactly. That'd be something. The mind controls, priest only. Nina, try to see if you can blast out Plush. That's going to be quite a bit of damage by the rogue with an evasion to follow. Nina does have a bubble, but for Barons, I think they'll still be able to bubble. Plush does need to go for resets. That's what he needs. He used to wait until the DRs are down for stuns. When he gets back in there, he can go back for cheap shots, eviscerates. As long as he has a way to escape the next bubble and go by Nina, he'll be golden. Cheap shot, cheap death is available. Bubble right now for Nina. Trying to make some damage happen. Wake of Ashes, but it's going to be rogue. Trying to see if he can escape. Vanish not available. Stun last second. This way he's hoping that cheap death will be enough to keep him alive though. It looks like it'll be just fine. Blind onto Nina. Doesn't even have to burn him Vanish, but honestly may just want to at this point. Paladin trying to see if he can catch up to you. If they can just go random AoE, doesn't quite catch Plush. Consecration doesn't get him out. Vanish right after just to make sure he secures himself the reset. Nina looking for a bit of a reheal. Does have the human racial backup, so if anything you do have a stun, if you have a blind, anything available for the rogue, now would be the time to do it potentially. Trinket last second, but the sick tick just completely rips you apart. How do we go into first duel of the night in a 17-minute duel? How does that happen, chat? How does this happen? Is this just rogues? Oh my goodness. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? Uno más. How do we go first duel of the night and it's like super long one off the bat, man? I'm a big fan of fast duels, honestly. But we'll see which night brings us. How many are we into? 210? 220? Yeah, EU's in the 220s. Alright, Jay and Glush. Let me know if you guys are ready. Oh, Glush, not Glush. Grifka. Call me Glush. Dude, all the rogues are just blending in my eyes right now. All of them are blending together. I can't help it, man. You see the corruption's back? I did not know. I didn't take a look at the warlock changes at all. I was gonna save them for a little bit later. I did not get through all the class changes last night. I'm still working on a lot of those. I'm gonna take a very close look at the rogues, and I think that's gonna be a vid on its own. Shadow Flame Corruption. I wish I could tell you it rings a bell. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm still taking a look. I have no idea. My brain is in a whole other universe right now, though, because yesterday it was just like very much work mode, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm really much work mode right now too. Team ready? Let me ask Jayhawk if you're good to go, because Griffkid's ready. Hey Del Brazil, what's up? Benicio? How you doing, my man? Hopefully I get your name at least somewhat right. Neto, we can go Neto. I can go Neto. Can I ask you how you control the camera like that if possible? Yeah, so it's kind of like, so you know how the camera is controlled like left click and then you do this around your character? We're ready? Good. It's basically like that. Right? It's basically like that. But instead of like using my keybinds for like 1, 2, 3, 4 for abilities, it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well as F1 through F5 are like, this is a free flow camera, right? It's kind of like when you're swimming in WoW. Like, imagine if you're swimming underwater first person, right? It controls in a very similar way, except left click and right click also change the direction of my camera. But when I hit 1, now I'm orbiting a player, right? I think if I press, is it P? Oh, P, yeah. It's like free flow, and I'm basically like swimming through the air. But if I press the keybind, now I'm orbiting the player, and it's very similar to like how it orbits a player when you're playing the game, right? When you left click and you orbit around them. So it's like that. I just press the key. You have to go into keybind settings to make it follow a player, but otherwise it just like takes the WoW camera like functionality and just reapplies it into spectator mode stuff. That's more or less how that works. It's not super crazy. It's just like they baked it into the spectator stuff. Which Fire Mage, item set, Surge proc. Need Fire Blast or Flame Surge crit, or both of them proc Surge Sling. Either one. So just like if either one of those abilities crits for single target or AoE, it gives you a procs. So it's not like both of them got it. It's just either. Is it gonna be Speak's gonna be first up versus Whisper as the subtlety rogue? We do have Flush going on assassination, by the way. Jayhawk back in the arcane, or Jayhawk right here. Holy Saiyan, get him. I swapped to wrong people entirely. Cloak immediately by Snakes versus Whisper. This may give the Shadow-based squad an opportunity. The rogue is still very, very deadly, though. The eviscerates are just absolutely slicing right through you. Does get himself a big ascension with a bit of a flash shield, or just void bolts flying in every direction. But Snakes is able to win him very, very easily. Kidney shot onto Whisper does not have a pretty, actually has a bit of a DR. So the value and the duration of it isn't going to be nearly as high. Does eat all of those dots from his Shadow Crash. This one for Whisper, if he can get the rogue low enough, maybe Shadow Word Death, but even then that might be a little bit too deadly. Does go for Disperse as Snakes goes in for a vanish off of his secret technique. Cheap shot Abbott is a priest in full Disperse. Got him some full defenses. Snakes might be in a bad spot. Does go for the Undead Racial. Perfect opportunity to try to see if he can interrupt. The Void does end up interrupting the Void Torrent, but Whisper is still in a good spot. Looking for the Execute. The rogue with a cheat death does survive it barely. Stun and the last Execute ready for Whisper as they do go in for the Dark Iron Racial to remove any dots established by the rogue. Try to see if he can go for a little bit of a blessing onto Holy Saya. Maybe just remove his dots or buffs or whatever. Stun onto Whisper does not have any defenses. Might be in a lot of trouble. Heaps of trouble. Does have advantage coming back up sometime soon. There goes the Aegis together with Spore Cloak. That is actually unfortunate how the Aegis and Spore Cloak proc at the same time and not separately. It's just like the two cooldowns arrive all at the same time. Big silence on a Holy Saya. Trying to see if he can maneuver himself with the Void Bolts. They do connect with Holy Saya together with the Torrent. Mad amount of damage, but Holy also got plenty of output as well. This is where Whisper needs everything available. Lots of damage on a Whisper. Might not be able to live this. A big wake of ashes. It looks like Paladins reign supreme over the class of Priests when it comes to 1v1 situations. Then again, Priests, it's not like they really have a lot of classes that they could really have an advantage over. Holy Saya, seeing Grifka, immediate bubble, immediate regenerating, looking for the reset. This is going to be his match of the century. The Rogue rushing out, blasting him out with everything. For Holy, having access to his immunities is going to be important. Also, if you can line up a Blessing of Sanctified before the stun comes out, he'll be golden. It's going to be a little bit tougher to establish it, but I think it'll be great. Thank you so much. No problem, Yoda. No problem, my guy. You said you know like a lot of Shavara, switch to rogues? Yeah, honestly, dude. Stun onto Grifka. Does try to see if he can get himself counter pressure with the holy Saya. Man, layered hands. Does try to see if he can hold onto a blessing of protection until later. Grifka's taking quite a bit of damage either way, though. The hammer, I was going to say maybe the hammer spins and hits him either way, but it's going to be a quick reset for Grifka into a blind sap onto Holy Saya. Got himself a nice bit of go. No cloak or evasion has been used by the rogue at all, though, so he's actually in a golden spot. Everything but a trinket is available to him. So Holy Saya can still turn it around if he has full cooldowns and he can maybe stun the rogue, everything rolling in. He'll be golden. Cheap shot by Grifka. Blessing of protection. Holy Saya picking up the ice to make sure that Grifka cannot escape with vanishes at all. This one Grifka needs to rotate defensives. Wait a second. No, it didn't work out for Holy Saya. Eyes did not get picked up, but finally does get him. This way you want to see if he can get as much damage versus Grifka will not be able to vanish away from the paladin. There goes a re-stealth, but it doesn't even matter. He still sees you. Gouge to follow. This one Grifka, if he can buy himself some time with CC, he'll be golden. Smoke bomb for just a second. Does still connect with Grifka either way. They're keeping him in combat as Grifka try to see if he can maneuver his way out of here. Just so much a holy. Doesn't really need a weapon though. Does go for the full stun. Wings available. Mad blast under Grifka. Wall to follow Grifka. May need an escape out of this one. Double cheap shot, triple cheap shot. If there's still a dot on this rogue, he'll be in a bad spot. Looking for a shadow step. Doesn't quite get one. It is going to be dot roll into Grifka. May need a vanish either way though. Gouge to the holy, but he still just keeps blasting out the rogue either way though. Vanish for the rogue. Does he have any dots on him? He does not. Holy is far away from one of the eyes. He could maybe chase after it right now, but Grifka is going to be right around and sapping him along the way. Not going to let the guy... Actually, maybe he is going to let the guy pick it up. Maybe he's going to make it happen. Instead, before he even grabs it, there goes the cheap shot trying to go for big secret technique. Holy Side does not have any more immunity. And oh my god, Grifka just got himself the crits he needed. Built up a little bit of stuns back to back, just believed in the damage of the Sylvester, just absolutely blasted through the paladin. Not much you can really do there. Jayhawk gonna be up next. As an arcade mage, I feel like Jayhawk hasn't had the easiest time versus rogues. Some arcade mages do well. Some mages in general can blast rogues to smithereens. Not all of them, and Grifka is definitely one of the safer rogues out there. Gonna be a ring of fire down for Jay. Trying to see if he can find Grifka. Isaac got... Did you pick up the eyes earlier? I guess you picked them up and you just... Okay, so you did pick up the eyes. He just didn't chase after Grifka. Okay, that's probably going to set you back a little bit. Or at least you're going to give Grifka an opportunity to establish full control over you. Cheap shot back to back, all the time available for Jay. Taking a lot of damage. Does have alter in order to give himself a little bit of that recuperation into a polymorph right after versus Grifka. The rogue has himself vanish. Cloak. Evasion isn't going to do much, but Cloak is going to be huge though. Cloak is going to be massive. For Jay, there goes the Cloak. He still has a lot of damage. Grifka does get himself a reset. Second vanish is available. Jay is going to have to find a way to force Rogue to stealth twice in a row. That, or if he's playing Nether Tempest, you will definitely need to use Nether Tempest. If you're not Nether Tempest, this is... I don't know how you win this one. Trinket, as he picks up the eyes. While the eyes are available, this could be an opportunity. The Rogue cannot vanish out. Eyes about committed for Jay. Breaks out of it. Breath up to Grifka. Very aggressive. But it's going to be mad burst out of the rogue either way. They're trying to go for poly. Are the eyes still there? No. I thought there might be. The eyes don't last long at all. Yeah, this way, if you see in a rogue, I think you just go into the Tempest. You just talent into it. Whatever else you can talent into, pop into the Tempest, forget about everything else. Because now the Tempest is actually quite a bit of damage. If you know how to do it right. You just got to play around with your charges and use it at max charges. But otherwise, it's pretty good at ability. In most cases. Jay is looking for Grifka. Yeah, this rogue is not going to come out of South anytime soon, man. He's got himself entire arena. He can roam in there as much as he wants to. Vanish is coming back up little by little. He's going to get himself a step towards Jay, hitting him with yet another technique. Does have the shield that's at least holding strong, sort of, kind of. Prismatic may be able to give himself a little bit of recovery. Does actually let him recuperate quite a bit. Volley onto Grifka, trying to go for Arcade Surge, but the rogue has a vanish at the ready if he ever needs it. Going to be a gouge as Jay goes in for a bit of that all the time. Grifka just looking for an entire reset. Wait. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, if anything, Grifka is kind of giving you like a chance here, sort of, kinda. Are you back? Are we good? Oh no, chat. Oh no, 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 no. And then interrupt onto Jay, does knock the rogue back for a second, vanish to follow. Yeah, dude. Might just have to ban rogues for the night, man. Chat, what are your thoughts? Do we ban rogues for the night? Or no? Jay, dude, he's just not having a good time right now. He's pressing buttons, but like, there's definitely a big delay with it. Yeah, I think Jay's just gone, man. Wait, he just blinked. And like, yeah, Jay's is gone. Jay is having a lot of trouble right now. Ban him? Are we banning him, rogues, man? Might just have to ban rogues, dude. If majority of the chat votes for ban rogues, we'll do it. If the chat is fine with majority of the chat is fine with rogues, and so another story. But if majority of the chat says ban rogues, then yeah. How'd you live that actually? The fact that you're playing right now and you're lagging really badly. I mean, it's doing well. Touching the Magi, Griff got himself a Cloak of Shadows, kind of letting the Touching the Magi run for a little bit, focusing on the offensive versus Jay. Big damage as Jay does end up porting back to him. Rapid fire to chase out for the rogue. Does go in for a Cloak of Shadows, but I think Kedem was able to get him in combat. That might be a rough one, man. Ban him, Jesus. Ban sub. Okay, well, if we ban rogues, maybe we just ban rogues wholesale, honestly. You know what I mean? Don't ban them and allow prop warriors? I don't think so, no. I don't think so. Yeah, Plush, we can't just ban one spec. I'll explain why after the duel, yeah? Volley down for Kedem, does get himself a stun versus Griff. Got himself full rapid fire. Oh, actually does kill him. Oh! Normally marksmanship wonder goes down whenever the fight rogue, but here he actually got it. Well done. He did have a vanish, so I guess he just didn't really use a vanish. Or maybe he didn't think vanish would make a difference because he had on the mark. I think vanish would at least like break the volley, wouldn't it? Trick's gonna be up next. Try to see if he can chase after Kedem. Doesn't get himself a good go. Flare down, but it's not like Tricks. Actually, I guess Tricks can go into stealth, can he? Actually, you've been a Night Elf before, right? Or were you Nightborn? But he does have access to Shadow Mail though. Kedem trying to see if he can skulk around the corner. He has Tricks in his sights. As long as he gets himself a good opener versus Tricks, he could get himself quite a bit of damage, especially if he can go for big bursts off the bat. Silence on the Tricks, axes by the pet. Tricks trying to see if he could reposition. Burning that Warlock Hellstone really early on with dampening being as high as it is. Volley down, second explosive is down. Could be quite a bit of damage. If you got yourself an explosive shot together with a death chakram, I think that'll be huge. Kedem trying to see if he can back up out of the just riddling that pet full of bullets. He's gonna force Tricks to summon a new pet. Health. Or no, instead gonna force him to health funnel, which is actually gonna hurt him quite a bit. His salvage, I think, transfer because the dampening may be more health just to heal the pet, although I could be wrong on that one. Gonna be a death chakram, access on the Kedem, has a trick and stun on Tricks, has a trick as well. Jet Chakra is gonna be up next, but it's still lots of damage for the Warlock. Turtle Shell for Kedem, as it is all the pets surrounding him. Trying to see if he can get out of there. Corruption down by Tricks. I actually like how Tricks tries to play into corruptions. He put corruption on the pet, is that what he did? Actually, I think he might have. Gonna be in the another explosive. This is where Kedem could potentially get himself a big go. Volley down with another explosive. Mortical doesn't give Tricks a bit of survivability, but still inside spot. Kill shot. Oh, does go down as the true shot aura is back up with Forkbeard. Gotta be up next. I feel like Kedem, this is where you need to maximize the value of the traps and blast out Forkbeard with whatever you got. Or actually, it looks like it is gonna be a proper honor duel. Forkbeard goes in for a nice honorable bow. Kedem given an opportunity to get himself food as well as a full camo, trying to see if he can find the hunter after letting him fully recover. I do like the honor duels, the rapid fire in the opener. Forkbeard taking quite a bit of damage. The faster he can get to a pet or Kedem to start healing off of, the better it's gonna be. Massive aim shots back to back. He's slowed down entirely. He can't really do much. Jet Chakram sent in, but it's gonna be a stun. Full spear into Kedem. Maybe in a lot of trouble though. It's gonna be a what is it? The scatter shot into a freezing trap or after. Fear to follow by Forkbeard, trying to see if he can maybe keep Kedem in place. Could be an opportunity for him to make some kind of a play. Got a full cooldowns ready, full charge on the Kedem. Got him some survival of the fittest, together with the fortification of the bear to give a little bit more health. Spinning weapon for Forkbeard as he gets himself an extra bit of support. His own version of Blaze Storm. This is going to be Forkbeard with a reflect. I don't really know if he's trying to reflect maybe the explosive shot or dampen the damage of it, or he's looking for a freezing trap. But if he can stay out of combat for a good bit, he'll start recovering. Even this high dampening, he'll start getting quite a bit of health. Rapid fire, not gonna let it happen as the Sentinel is gonna give away the Warrior's position. Got himself the Spore Cloak that is gonna be activating though into a stun right after. Dutch Chakram, kill shot. Kedem does end up picking himself yet another kill with Nina. Gonna be up next, charging out. The faster Nina gets over there with Kedem, not giving him the honor duel. Instead, it is going to be Kedem with a camo. As long as they're in a good position, they should be able to get quite a bit of recovery. If only marksmanship hunters had mending bandages, chat. It's only Beast Mastery and Survival that have access to mending bandages for some reason. But bandages, I don't know why. I feel like that could be a marksman thing too, right? I feel like 100% could be a marksman also thing. Stone onto Kedem, does go for the scatter onto Nina. is going to be a full-on volley together with explosives. He's going to be able to break through with the shield, through the shield defenders with his explosives. Rapid fire, aim shots instead, full burst available, true shot aura. Nina may decide to go blessing of protection or bubble right now is a good choice, actually, Nina. Super low bubble right now, but it's still in the execute range. Zack Shock, I'm still trying to see if they can rip right through your eye, but it's not able to. Ketem, trying to see if he can buy himself a little bit more time, dropping down traps. Nina out in the open, trinkets. If they can close the gap and pop a stun, maybe that'll be good. Trying to maintain their health, but at 70% dampening, not gonna happen. Stun by Ketem instead. Kill shot 1 second. It's gonna be stun on the pet and an arcade shot by Ketem. That's how to bring it back for Steam. Well done. I'm actually surprised he got 4. I'm actually surprised he's got 4 there. No way, dude. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, boys, let's get us another going. Although we probably do need to do some group switches, yeah? Some group changes. So, Plush, if we ban sub, the problem with banning only sub rogue, let's say there's a rogue that goes and joins the duels. They're like, yeah, guys, I'll totally play assassination. And then the duel starts and they're in sub just because, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to enforce it? What am I supposed to do? Like, all right, team, everybody leave. We gotta make sure the rogue is in the right spec. Like, that's a lot of babying and nannying that I just don't want to do. So the easiest way to, like, remove sub-rogues out of the duels is just to say no rogues. Because there's no way a warrior can spec it to the spec of sub, right? Or a mage or a paladin. That's the thing. You know, so, chat, are we banning rogues? Are we banning rogues, man? Are we banning them? Like if if it was Airless and the homies on NA, like they're down to mix it up a bit. They're all down. I feel like with Glushi's not gonna play Assas. You know what I mean? But yeah, they get instant kill by the other 5. It's a rogue. I don't know, man. That's still messy, right? I kind of would like to do duels without having to be able, like, all right, it's a sub rogue. Everybody search for him. All right, kill the sub rogue. Now, you know what I mean? It's just like, I get what you're trying to say, and it'd be cool, like, if I could, like, when I set up duels, right, I could, like, maybe use an add-on to be like, okay, this spec not allowed, and it won't let people queue unless they're, like, it won't let people queue unless they're in the right spec kind of deal, right? Because once you're in arena, you can't change the specs, I don't think. But, yeah, I would love it. I think it'd be cool, because, like, sub is really strong, but, like, Assassin Outlaw, nobody really complains about those guys at all. But, yeah, it's just one of those things, man. 1 of each class. That's usually what we try to do, just try to keep it down to like 1 of each or 2 of each normally. But sometimes like certain classes are just better than others for duels. All right, let's go 1 or 2 more. You're just saying go. It's too early. We have time for bans. Okay. I mean, Breeze has to say, let's just keep going. Yeah. Team ready. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just go. I guess we'll go again. Yeah. I'll just see J-Hawk is back because he was lagging last time really badly. Might never swap out Jay. Yo, what's up, Shane? How you doing, my guy? I hope you have a good one. PM Hunters and Demon Warlocks are more unknown to Warriors than Rogue and to play against. To a degree, but I think I understand my audience somewhat well at the very least. Everybody's like different. Everybody's their own Q1 being, right? With their own preferences. But I get a lot of people reaching out to me like, yo, man, these rogues, man, you gotta do something about them. Like, you gotta be some kind of like a rule, man. Like, dude, if you could just press a button, right? If I had more control in these duels, right? One of the things about sub is just like their kind of resets constantly, and it's just like it's very difficult to pin them down. So if I could like remove stealth, just press a key and like, all right, this guy's been just sending a stealth for like ages. He got to his school on his back 3 times, 4 times, 25 times in the game. Stealth disabled. You can't vanish, you can't stealth, you can't nothing. Shout him out disabled, right? You just can't do anything. You have to be out there, make a play. But you can't just sit there and stealth, reset for your cooldowns, and come back in every single time, right? Because Griffin was doing that, what, last week? It was cheap shot, gouge, go behind the pillar. 20 seconds later, cheap shot, gouge, go behind the pillar. 20 seconds later, cheap shot, gouge, back behind the pillar. And then 20 seconds later, you would think he's changed his strategy by then, but cheap shot, gouge. And you guys do right, get back behind the pillar. And then he actually changed the strat. Just kidding. Cheap shot, gouge, back behind the pillar. It was just over and over. I just didn't realize, like, you have dance, you have everything. I don't understand what's going on. I think it was literally just playing to dampening. I think it was Holy Saya too. I didn't understand it. I never just did it. I still don't know why. You know what I mean? The Twitch. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, so this is why I like asked the chat, like, yo, do we ban rogues, man? Is this like one of those things? Just because, hey, one of the things that comes from banning rogues can play, but every other class can. We actually get quite a few matches. It's actually really fun. Like, honestly, switch. Kedem getting hit with a fear immediately by Tricks as he goes in for a stun, summons up all the demons. Big obelisk down, and Kedem has got a pin in the corner. He does go in for a shadow meld. Wait, how's this working out? I guess Trix can't really find you, can he? He just sits in the corner and Trix thought that maybe he repositioned, maybe off of camera, but no, he's still just chilling there. Gonna be explosive onto Trix with a rapid fire. Looks like it's chaining to a random imp somewhere out in the open. Trix does jump down. That is gonna be a sentinel. He can't really hide behind that pillar. Trying to see if he can find himself a better spot. Doesn't get jump for Kedem. Just trying to see if he can chase after Trix with a quick interrupt. Just getting back-to-back aim shots, rapid fires over and over. That's gonna be Tyrant to join, but kill shot. Oh, just had to commit the damage at some point. And Kedem does end up sniping out the Warlock. Well done. Shadow Crash right around the corner. Does connect on the pet as well as in Kedem. Early stun by Kedem. Trying to see if he can play around the pillar over onto his side of the bridge. This is where Whisper is going to go for a quick route onto the pet. Kedem still has dots rolling on him. Got to be playing it very, very carefully. As a hunter, you are kind of squishy. Does have acceleration, so he's looking for, looks like for a reset, just trapping down Whisper. Can't really do much about it. And this is where Kedem, I think, just trying to see if he can wait out the dots. Cam to follow. As long as his pet doesn't have dots, it looks like the man should be able to get himself a reset and a little bit of that recovery. What did I just do? Hunter's good though? Trix, I have no idea, man. The guy just charged at you, he shadow melded, and then he just like blasted you out with full burst. Hunters have a lot of damage, man. I feel like a lot of people don't expect it. Either Whisper doesn't expect it either. That is a big death shotgun with explosives back-to-back, rapid fire, fear onto Kedem. The pet does not get hit with the fear, but it's going to be full burst out of Whisper, stun onto Kedem to follow, Void Torrent right after, and that's going to be a turtle shell for Kedem, just charging out all those Void bolts to follow Whisper, trying to see if he can stay wait out these traps, but looks like a freezing trap does end up catching him either way though. Looking for the recovery. The PI does not get a value when it comes to damage versus Kedem, as he does go behind the pillar. Looking for more rapid fires. Shadow Crash, I believe, does not connect there. And I don't know if Kedem has a Sentinel backup or not, but if he has a Sentinel, that's actually been kind of a good ability, honestly. Kind of helps to see you around the pillars, but it's still surprisingly just as good as it was back in SL. Big death strike him onto Whisper. If Whisper can just avoid the Hunter for a little bit, Sentinel will not let you do that. Fade to follow, trying to see if he can dodge some of the damage. Mad explosive shot with aim shots right after. Whisper has plenty of recovery. Those flash heals are doing work, while dampening isn't super high. Is actually getting a lot of recovery, and Kedem is the one that's actually taking quite a bit of damage. Sitting down for some mage food, does get the dots off of him to go for a camo. This is where Whisper, I think, will need to start playing the game where you dot both the pet as well as the hunter to try deny. Oh, did I connect? I was gonna say, yeah, it did connect. Wait, that's so good. Try to deny the camo as best as possible. If the hunter cannot catch resets, you're golden. In fact, if you can get dots on Kedem, blast out the pet, the cleave will go onto Kedem. So if anything, you at least one, eliminating the pet, so eliminating stun, eliminating a defensive for the hunter, but also cleaving him down little by little. And the Shadow Priest cleave could actually do a bit of damage. Death Tracker to follow, volley right after, Whisper trying to see if he can find himself a bit of cover, trying to see if he can deny the line inside for Kedem for a bit. This is what the hunter needs to have a play off of every single one of his death shotgun. Stun, gonna be a trinket for the hunter, trying to see if he can dodge away from this one. Full Void Torrent is up. It's actually gonna be blasting out the pet for just a second. Silence out of Whisper. Looks like actually decided to focus on the pet for a moment there. Rapid fire right after. Whisper maybe in a bit of trouble. Scatter does have disperse in case they need to. As long as they don't get interrupted on Shadow, they'll be fine. And there goes the disperse as they're under a ton of pressure. Has a lot of damage with that ascension, but try to see if they can deal with it as carefully as possible. Does get interrupted. Freezing Trap is going to be able to break out of that one pretty quickly. And Kedem looks like he's actually going to be on a bit of a retreat. I think this is where you actually want to charge out. This is where the hunter's looking for a reset. Yeah, for Whisper, you see him running back. You see him trying to go for a reset. Almost catches him with a Shadow Crash too. Just needed to be a couple of inches over to the right, and I think that would have done it actually. Would have just barely hit him. Picking up the eyes, going to be aim shots for Kedem with a death shock him. Whisper with fade. It looks like maybe just trying to see if he can charge out over at Kedem. May not be in a great spot. Rapid fire is doing a lot of damage. Kill shots to follow. Whisper may be in a bad spot. Scatter. I think kill shot may just be it, right? Maybe explosive aim shot. I think it's just over. Oh no. The aim shots, man. Nina gonna be up next. Last time Nina played for Skedum, they did get outranged and out-kited, and that's gonna be exactly what Kedem is gonna start off the bat. Hand or feed him to hopefully close the gap. The more stuns you can get onto Kedem, the better. Stun early onto Nina, and this allows Kedem to create some space between the two. Nina charge it out, still stun. Hodge wings available. That's gonna be a freezing trap as they try to go for burst. It's gonna force a trinket out of the paladin, knocking him back, playing around the bridge. Arena actually does give him a little bit of that advantage with the knockback capabilities. Aim shot to follow, quite a bit of damage. Nina knows they can't even really hide behind the pillar, but a full slow into a silence chakram, that's going to be a lot of damage right now. And Kedem, if he hasn't so big hits right now, maybe big rapid fire, I mean, he'll be in the golden spot. Aim shot is going to do quite a bit of damage. Nina try to see if he can hide it, use the line of sight as best as possible. Kedem does have the high ground. If he can get himself the sentinel around the corner, then I think he'll always have the uptime of Nina. If he has himself the angle, though, that is only the question, is if he's got himself that proper angle. But Nina, try to see if you can avoid him as best as possible. If you have Sentinel right here, that actually would do it, right? You'd force Nina. Yeah, there goes the Sentinel. Can't stop this one at all. Nina has to charge out forward. Looking maybe for a Hodge right now. Scatter before Nina can really close that gap. Could be a bunch of traps waiting for you. Wait, Buzzing Protection does remove it immediately with a trank shot. Aim shot right after silence to follow. Kill shot on the ready. Nina can't even stun. Oh my goodness. And Kedem does take 3 in a row with Griffin going to be up next. As a sub-rogue, you're just going to be a little bit careful, trying to see if you can fan him nice to get you out in the open. Trick it immediately for Kedem. Griffin is going to take advantage of this one, trying to see if he can go for most amount of damage. What an eviscerate, man. Eviscerate him from like an arm's reach, honestly. That was actually kind of nutty. Jayhawk going to be up next, trying to see if he can get himself an angle onto this rogue. The question is now, is Jayhawk, is he lagging? If he's not, he actually might stand a chance against Griffin, because last game, it was pretty bad lag. There's just nothing you could do. And second, if he switched out to Nether Tempest, then at least you'll have a dot that should keep the rogue out of stealth, as long as you remember to reapply it whenever the rogue is trying to see if he can get away from you. All the time immediately, Jay hits him with a breath, trying to go for a poly in the opener. Grifka no longer has a trinket, so that actually could be kind of good for Jayhawk. The Cloak of Shadows and Vanishes are still going to be kind of brutal to get through. Grifka does run through the fire, but a blind looks like he's going to be able to guarantee himself a reset versus Jayhawk quite easily. That is the touch of the magic, but the looks of it on you, right? Is it? No, it's not. What is it? Is that Tempest or was that someone else? He was on some kind of like arcane thing around him. I couldn't really tell. Going to be a knockback by the mage, but Grifka is not going to be. I think Jayhawk is lagging maybe a little bit there. With the way his ice butt kind of slid, unless he's doing just a cha-cha slide, I think he may be a little bit indisposed for this duel, but we'll just have to wait and see, boys. But yeah. Bonsamdi wants to see the Shadow Prince doing his work. We'll see. Yeah, this map, it does help him a little bit, man. What's up, Buckets? How you doing, man? Trying to get in the groups? We'll get you, my man. Yeah, we'll get you next one, yeah? We'll probably switch it around, maybe take out the rogues out of this one. But we'll see, yeah? Grifka does him some Shadow Blade, Sheep Shot on the Jay. Does have a blink, but get him with the stun. Locking him down. All the time is ready for Jay, though. I think. Looks like. Maybe. Ultra time? Prismatic? No, he does have Ultra time. Okay, that was weird. So he had Prismatic and Ultra. Interesting. Touch of the magic onto Grifka. That is quite a bit of burst, but does have a Cloak of Shadows. Double advantage available for the rogue. There goes the first one. Does he get back in there? He does get back in there with a Shadow Strike immediately. I think at this point he might have himself full cold blood. Jayhawk, oh, just absolutely eviscerated on the arena floor. Body parts fly in every direction. My goodness, there's just not much you can really do. And Holy Sai is going to be up next. And Holy Sai actually gets himself a small advantage. He got himself a little bit of shield from Jay. Jay wasn't trying to give the team a shield. He was trying to give himself a shield. But the AoE group shield. Not much you could really do with that one, yeah. Holy Sai does have the eyes. He could pick him up. I think he was really just trying to see if he could bait the rogue next to him. Then maybe he could bubble, pick up the eyes, chase after him, and blast him out of the game. But we'll see. What do you think about 10-2 Rogue Mage Druid? Rogue is looking really good. I haven't taken a deep look at all the classes. Mages don't look. I'm not looking all the different. Tyroset seems decent, but rogues are looking really good. I'll be doing a deep dive tonight, I think. Cheap shot onto Holy. Does himself a wall. Is just trying to see if he can anticipate some of the bursts from Grifka. Did not see a secret technique or cold blood out of him, so that wall, he's not going to have it for the big burst now, so he's definitely going to have an immunity for the actual big go. Grifka with a gouge to follow, got himself a reset, man. He loves the cheap shot gouges, man. He loves the cheap shot gouge or run behind the pillar. And I feel like every arena has like enough of a position where you can do that, unless like one of the big sprawling ones, like a Tolveron might be a little bit more difficult. Gotta be a, actually no. The pillars there are even bigger. Shield of Vengeance breaks immediately, 52% dampening, not doing Holy Saya any favors. Land hands keeping him alive just a little bit longer. Evasion for Grifka as the Blades of Justice do come back to back. Blasting through him, Grifka goes in for Shadow Blade, Shadow Strike onto Holy Saya. Gouge to follow, as it is going to be a Blessing of Sanct. Actually stunned super short, but may not be enough for Holy Saya. Does he have anything for this one? Trying to go for a heal last second, but a secret technique just rips right through him either way though. Not much you could really do in that kind of a situation. Is it going to be a plush? Sneaks up next, trying to see if he can have his go versus Grifka. Eyes are available on both ends, so you could pick up either one of them. Holy Saya never gets to pick up that one eye by his side of the arena. So Sneaks could pick up the eyes, but then you're kind of exposing where you are versus Grifka. Unless you pick up the eyes and vanish. And then you get to get yourself an opener. And the other rogue, all he can do is really take it. It's going to be no trick for Grifka either. So if you have vanish, and if you pick up eyes, and you know when you're Grifka, you pick up eyes, vanish as soon as you pick them up. You put you into stealth, you have sight of stealthies, and you should be pretty good. You just gotta wait until the buff is actually picked up. So like, it's like a weird thing you gotta do. Good evening, what's up for second? We'll fight him, my man. Make him a first class, just picked up WoW. This is my interest first. What would you suggest? I'd say start putting time into Druid and Rogue for 10-2. But honestly, if you want to play class, Death Knights will get a legendary. Mage is also always fun, so just give like a Rogue and a Druid like 20 levels, and then maybe level another class, see how that goes. That's what I would do. Trinket out of Sneaks, blind into Grifka, into a disarm, doesn't really go for a sap or anything. Blind for Grifka though, does avoid the secret technique immediately. And Sneaks going in for smoke bomb, vanish to follow. Grifka catches a reset with cold blood. Fan of Knights does get Sneaks, gouge to follow. Wait, did that gouge crit? Your cold blood disappeared when you gouged him. Did that gouge just crit? For 2 damage? Or does it not even do damage? It used to do damage way back in the day. Gonna be a fame for Sneaks, but honestly, Grifka got himself a go. Blind into Sneaks. The man got evasion, but unless he can get himself a clean reset with a cloak or something, there isn't much you can really do. Eyes are available, so honestly, picking those up may not be a bad idea, especially if you can find Grifka early. Because the man knows where you are. He left you bleeding out in the arena floor. He can just wait up until the bleed is about over and then get himself a proper opener. Without a trinket, Sneaks is really just living by the prayer of the cheat death. Picking up eyes, does see Grifka? He's right next to you, Sap. Oh man. If you're careful on a draw, you should see a rogue just sneakily approaching there. Cheat death, maybe enough for Sneaks, maybe? Barely alive. Oh no. I was thinking for a second, maybe. I thought for a second, maybe. This is going to be a gouge out of Grifka. Trinket available. Does have a gouge back onto Plush. He's going to trinket out of this one. Vanish out of Grifka. Plush going for a vanish as well. Does step to him either way. The fan. Cheap shot onto Grifka. This is going to be super DR. Cloaker shot is for Plush. Just trying to see if he can use defenses to avoid Grifka a little bit. But next go by Grifka could be huge. Plush is going for a death mark, but I think Grifka entirely avoids it with an evasion. There isn't much you can really do about it. Big secret technique onto Plush. Double cheap shot. Triple cheap shot. Into a vanish to follow. Plush could pick up the eyes. But at this point, I think it's just really, it's going to be a bit of a rough spot. Stunned Grifka finally gets all the dots, but without a death mark, you're in a bad spot, man. Blind to follow by the rogue. Grifka could get hit by blind as well. Plush does have a blind of his own, but a gouge is going to make sure it is a tight CC. I think it's over for him. Yeah, well done, well done. My goodness, 5 for Grifka apparently, but 3 for Kedem. Well, there it is, boys. There it is. There can only be one Grifka. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, chat, what do you guys think? Is this time for Rogues to go night-night? I think it might be time for Rogues to go night-night, dude. we'll have Rogues back for EU for NA tomorrow, then. And Rogues EU can come back, like, what, next week or whatever? My favorite time of the day. What's up, Sid? Hey, my man. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, I think I think we gotta switch it up a little bit. I feel like whenever Rogues in Arena, it's just like, some classes can really play the game. Can it go as a Hunter? Like, if you have a Hunter, all you can, I guess, yeah. I guess it could. Chat, we're going to redo the groups. I want to see if we can get fresh new bodies in here. So whichever group you're with, either with Jay or with Grifka, leave and join this one. We're going to try to see if we can mix up the teams a little bit here. I want to look out for fresh new names, fresh new faces. Pikachu, get you in here, my guy. Warlocks, get you in here. I'm looking for fresh names, fresh bodies, fresh faces, but also just to give you guys a little bit of a different team. The fire through to replace Rogues them? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can. I'm sure we can. Well, I'm 100, please. Grifka, just join. The groups are listed back in the LG, boys, if you guys want to join them. So Jayhawk and Grifka, all of you leave your teams, rejoin back up. We'll get you guys back in here, yeah? What is this? He says, join my party so you can swap to a hunter, I think. Are you the only rogue on your team, Grifka? Because we could do that then. Yeah, if you're the only rogue on your team, I could join you. We could swap you out for a hunter and just keep people on your team. We could do that. I'm okay with that. You offer the invite, I'm in. Let's go, Buckets. Let's go, my man. Forkbeard, you're on my real ID, man. You might be the leader of this team. You just need to let me know if you got 5 or not. Oh, by the way, chat. Oh my goodness. Yo. There's a couple of recolors, man. They got a couple of recolor choices for some of these mods, by the way. So apparently the data mine like recolors for the evoker set, the hunter set, the mage set, and the shaman set. Look at this mage set. Look at it. It looks so good. You literally KO Thos. What? And they got the blue version or purple version. Oh, so good. That's the hunter set. You know what? The hunter set, now I'm looking at it up close. It actually looks pretty dope. That actually looks sick. It's got a very high mountain thing about it. But the recolors look good too. The shaman set, I mean, not everybody's going to be favorite of this one. But I think this looks actually kind of cool. Is this the Krogwa set? Because the shoulders look like Krogwa. The frog. Like the Frogloa. And it looks like a flat frog. I think this one is underrated. I think it's actually a pretty cool set. The Aztec feel, but I think it's just gonna be, not everybody's gonna appreciate it. And then there's the Evoke set. It looks good. Is either one. I like the golden though. I like golden one a lot. Oh man, they actually look kind of good. Some of them look really, really good. And wait, are you? Is that Grifka? Is that Grifka on a hunt? Huh. What is that? What is that thing? Hold on a sec. Is that Grifka? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, well, I guess Grifka is here. We gotta make a second team though. I guess I could give Grifka a lead on this one, yeah? Okay, this team is ready. Getting another team up. I don't know if Jayhawk needs a couple of bodies to swap or whatnot. We'll keep a lead here though. Yeah, we'll keep a lead. Hang tight team. Alrighty, Jay, just have your team join up, man. Just have the dudes on your team join in really quickly. We'll just get a couple of new, fresh new faces in here. No, do this, hold on. I got you. Jay, join me real quick. Just join me with what you got, I'll take over. King Rastakhan? It is a King Rastakhan set, isn't it? I think, you know what, I don't think a lot of people are gonna appreciate it, but I think it looks really cool. Oh, the weapon. Oh, is that the weapon? Farak? Cantrip staff. I like how it's called the cantrip staff. I've been playing a lot of D&D and cantrips are just like base spells. Abilities have a chance to draw an corruption within dealing additional. Do all other weapons do this 400% damage against enemy 90% health? There's gotta be a mechanic with it, dude. There's gotta be some mechanic for it. That's crazy. Subdal, my brother. Hope you're ready for the wall attacks. You have a part. Change your book. Oh, okay. Atho, that's a cool write-up, man. It sounds like condescending, doesn't it already? I haven't taken a look at Protection Paladin. So would it be okay if I were to just like take tonight to take a look at Prop Pally? So then when I read your write-up, it may make a little bit more sense. Although it does look like you're pretty detailed in what you got going on though. Okay, let me do this. Let me, okay, yeah, I need to take a look at the Pally tier set. Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, hi. How's it going? So we need 2 more, right? For this team and we'll be good to go. Is Jay in this team or does Jay not want to join for this one? What happened to mine? I got it. We're good. Yeah, all the items with corrupted got a special word on them. Deal damage to you. All of them deal corruptions? Corruptions? Hold on, corrupted? Hold on a second. What is this? BFA in season 4? What is this right here? Oh, what, season 3 or whatever it was? Season 4? Season 4, I think. Season 4. Had to figure it out for a second. Alrighty, so we need like, what, 2 more, right? Does Anta want to join in? Hold on. Hey, Anta. Wanna join Duels, fam? See if he wants in for a couple of them. Azurax. Does Azure wants to join in? Hey. Oh, he's a Notharis. We gotta just let him do Notharis. PvE Andy. Crazy Cat is a Taurus. Cat him? Oh, this one needs. Let's do. Hold on. So Anta joins in, so that's gonna be 4. Cool. One of us, and this team is ready. Anta, apparently Jayhawk is trying to put another team together. I don't know if he has this listed, but Jayhawk is trying to put another team. Oh, there it is. So Kadam, Breezaz, Jayhawk are also trying to put another team. So we'll have 3 teams actually that are rotating. So that'd be kind of cool. I just did Onomasa for this one. It'll be good to go, yeah. Keisuke, he's in Pyramid Domain. He's already doing stuff. Kudako? Hey, Kudako. Wanna join a few 5V5 1v1 DUELS fam? So we have 3 teams chat. Nice. Hey, good to see you. What's up? Ela Disudali, my man. I'm so sorry ahead of time. I think I messed up your name, but there it is. Jelly Banana X. Yo, these guys are gonna be in here. We just banned rogues, my guy, just for the night, so you missed your chance. All good, fam. Let's see. Kadam's already in. Okay, where was I? We got Kodako, we had Linus, the Minus, Luso. Do you want to join in? Malfurion? I think I asked. Did I ask Mal last week? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember like who's who. Yeah, Lucy was a PvE. Okay. MML Pav season 2 months ago. Oh, maybe Pav's will join in. Pav, we doing some those. Would you be interested in joining, fam? That's one, and we good to go. Let's see who is Roween. Oh yeah, Roween. Alright, hey Roween. We hosting 5V5 1v1 DUELS fam. Would you be interested in joining some? There's also new Forge Storm, but it's a primary stats, secondary stats. Yeah, really? Yeah, I need that thing. Let's go. All good, friend. All good, friend. Yeah, so Pav said no, so I'm actually gonna mark Pav as PvE friend. Yeah. Because I feel like I've asked Pav a couple of times in a couple of weeks, so I'm just gonna take him out of the list. I can keep him on Morality, but I just don't want to be bothering him every single week. Like, yo, we want to join Duels, man. Because I feel like every single week I'm just like, yo, want to join Duels? And it's just like, nah. But then it's like they do it 5 weeks in a row. I'm like, all right, now I feel like I'm bothering you, so I'm just gonna put you on a list. No bother list kind of deal. You know what I mean? It's a fist weapon, really. Wait, the dagger gives a boss on the enemy? That's kind of cool. Wait, that's actually perfect for Outlaw. We can use fists and we can use daggers. Wait, this might be the perfect match for Outlaw, man. I think we're gonna find out too, and it's 1-on-1 me. Okay. Yeah, that's cool though. Hell yeah. Another Forge Storm? I'll take it, man. As long as it's easy to earn. Or it's probably gonna come from the raid then, huh? I think they're just, you know what? I think even though like strength classes are getting a strength Lego axe, I think they're probably gonna give other classes plenty of opportunity for like their own weapons that they could also obtain. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the case with this raid. At least that's kind of what it feels like. Let's see. Who did I miss out last time? Because I think I kind of like sprawled through my whole list. Rogue, okay. MML, he's already in BG. I feel like I keep asking Naz. We do this. There's another one, PvE friend. Because I feel like I asked Naz a couple of times back to back, but I don't think I've ever gotten like a response. So I'm just gonna mark him. Wait, hold on a second. Hey yo, 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 Zikari. You wanna join Duels fam? Duels fam? Zikari, dude, that's a name I haven't seen in a while, dude. Zikari. Is it Zikari or Zikari? I think it was used to be Zikari for a good while, huh? We can get you in here. I remember you. Long time no see. You're literally at the bottom of my friends list. With the name starting next. Literally never get to see you, my guy. How you doing? Man. Hold on. Yo, MML. Wanna join? If you... Got a spot right now. When is my man Crag gonna be back, dude? He did say he's gonna be back around September. But I guess it's still playing hardcore, yeah? Is he actually on right now? Chad, do you know if Okay. Azurex, that's another name I haven't seen in a while. Hey, Azure. Wanna join a few 5v1 Duels friend? Spot open and we good to go. Here we go. Craig is playing only hardcore at the moment. Fair enough. Oh, he's in Nelthara still. Oh, he's in Warlord Saga, so he's actually almost done. Actually. Okay, Zakari is having some like technical issues. He can't play right now. Trying to fix something. Aspect. Oh wait, yeah, PvE Andy. Okay, so maybe Azure says something. But yeah, me and Cracker were talking about like doing a collab thing. He did say September, like maybe middle of September. But he was like not sure if like he was gonna play a lot of hardcore or not. He said he was gonna do for a while. Huh? Chillin' in spamming PMs. I'm not really sure what to say. It says stop. Stop what? I don't really know. What's going on? Spam like a whole list. What's happening? But yeah, we just need Onomas boys. So we actually need Onomas for, yo, Jay, if one of you boys comes over to this team, we actually have a full 5-man and we can maybe rotate you guys in. So we got basically a team of 5 ready to go with Grifka. Then we got a 4 and a 4. Honestly, we need to combine this 4 and a 4 into one somehow. Like one of the boys on team, James, Jayhawk, may just need to jump ship to us and we'll just rotate you guys in little by little, yeah? As people drop off for the night, get you guys filled in for the other groups. I think that's what we might just have to do, man. Because we have bodies, it's just we don't have enough even number of bodies to make a 5, and a 5. Properly, we got 5, 4, 4. Should get in the other team to get 5? We could. Both teams need +1. What is Kedem saying? Gotta go wake up tomorrow, kids. All good, Kedem. All good, my man. Okay, so Kedem gotta back out for a bit, actually. 104. Nah. We don't need to do that. Wait, so if Kedem gotta go on the other team, yo, Jayhawk, Breezaz, one of you boys, join up for me. Join up with me, because you guys should have like a 3-man right now, yeah? Just join this team. Because I believe Grifka, let me know if you still have 5 right now, actually. Already had a 5th one. We had 1 team of 5 and 2 of 4. And we're just trying to fill one. Fill. Crap, I can't spell, man. I can't spell. My God. F. There we go. Yo, yeah. Breezaz or Jayhawk or anyone over in Team J. Jump ship, boys. We got a group open for you. One of you boys. Come first serve. And we'll just rotate you guys in as it gets later into the night. It is EU, so people are going to be going to bed at some point. There we go. We'll just rotate you guys in here slowly but surely. Because we got a 5 here, we got a 5 here. We're all set. Good to go. You know what, Oli? I'll make a lead. I'll make a lead. Just to make it easier. Group delisted. Holy Saya requested. Holy, can you whisper me real quick on real ID? It's like it's either Sai or Breezaz. Holy Saya should work though. Actually, Holy Saya will work. You don't have special characters. The only special character is you, the beautiful butterfly. Holy Saya and 5 hook. Throw you guys into hook point immediately. Hey Dala, play Starfield a bit was definitely kind of interesting. How'd you like it overall? I have to say it didn't suck me in as much as Fallout and Skyrim did. That's how I felt though, Worthers. I felt exactly the same way, man. It was 7 hours in, almost 8 hours in, and I was like, okay, I want to try to see if I can get a refund. And they apparently gave refunds, especially if you got into like the early access thing of Starfield. I mean, people said like it's a slow game, and after 12 hours, it really gets good if you do like the main story stuff. That's where the game gets good at that point. So it's a slow burner. At least it's what they describe it as. It's a slow burner. Oh, that's a lot of paladins on one team. I didn't even realize. We might need to do this. We might need to switch one of the paladins over to the other team, just so we can stabilize the teams a little bit. But otherwise, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I was the same way. Skyrim really drew me in. I had insane amount of hours in. Even Fallout was like, at least the exploration was really, really fun. Even though the story was a little bit like all over the place, like to be fair. But yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Switch. You can just strafe around pirates with my axe and like do anything about it. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. It's definitely a game. It's definitely a Bethesda game though. At least it definitely feels like one. Nina gonna be first up over for the team one, full of paladins of Holy Sai and Enter. Although we might have to separate these paladins a little bit next match. Tricks on that team, as well as Whisper. Actually, we got a whole crusade in here, except we got a blasphemer in among them in the ranks. But it's literally like a holy paladin crusade right now, with priest and pallies rocking forward. Pikachu gonna be first one up over on team 2. Got himself full affliction build. He's gonna be immediate hodge by Nina, going in for big damage off the bat. Not playing the crusade. It looks like all of you guys have rotated out of crusade. Only Anto's the last one leaving on the crusade to try to keep himself a big one-shot going. Pikachu with full dots is gonna be Nina actually removing some of those dots with judgments, but it still has a lot of damage they're taking right now. Pikachu trying to go for a bit of damage of his own. Nina made himself a bubble. There goes the Spell Warden. Spell Warden doesn't remove all the dots, does it? It just kind of keeps them on you, but like they don't do anything. So technically for Pikachu, he still has big dots onto Nina. Once the Spell Warden falls off, maybe there'll be continuous damage, but Nina is dispelling all these dots one after the other with every single judgment wall for the Warlock, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of damage. There's going to be UA right after Drain Life to fall, looking for a bit of that recovery, especially if he has himself. There he goes. I was going to say, especially if he's got himself that one setup with the Soul Burn Drain. That will give him quite a bit of a shield. And those dots are actually burning down Nina pretty heavily. He needs to go for judgments to dispel him little by little. Remove him one by one. Whoa! I'm sorry, what? Was that a UA that just nuked you? I'm sorry, huh? That kind of came out of left field. Pikachu just blasted you out. I don't even know what happened. I think that was a judgment, UA dispel, right? Big Void Torrent onto the Warlock, trying to see if he can maybe fight this, but Whisper is using the line of sight in order to get in and out. Where the Warlock goes in for Drain onto the pet, is able to get himself at least a little bit of a shield before he charges out a Whisper. There is Tentacles right around the corner, trying to see if he can wait him out a little bit. And the Warlock really wants to get this Shadow Priest out in the open, wants to get the dots up and running, especially with the curses, which he won't be able to remove all that easily. For Whisper, he really doesn't want to get hit by the UA to begin with at all. This Warlock out in the open, Whisper behind the pillar, does not want to walk out there whatsoever, not even line of sight. And Pikachu has a lot of instant cast too, so you could go for a lot of dots in there. Going to be full Void Torrent. Does he have an interrupt? Try to see if he can go for dots. It's going to be a stun for Whisper. Pikachu just has to take all this damage. Big Drain is available. Does get himself quite a bit of recovery though. So he's actually able to stabilize a lot here. As long as he can deny him the drains, he'll be fine. For Whisper, he may want to get up in melee if he really wants to deny the drains with a fear. Gotta be huge. Fear to follow. Does have another Rachel. He's gonna get some dots on a Whisper. The Horror Bolts are gonna keep hitting him, though. He does run into at least one of them, but it's gonna be even more dots on a Whisper. Does he go for a Massive Spell? He may just want to start using them little by little. The Massive Spell on these dots, taking them off of himself one after the other. Pikachu just charging out. As long as he can stay in and keep the dots rolling, the Shadow Priest may be actually in a bit of trouble, but he's playing it super defensive. Doesn't really want to find out what's going to happen. Big Void Torrent to follow, but the Warlock is pretty tanky. Got himself at least a couple of dots. Dark Pack to follow. And he's just fine chilling out in the open. He just tried to see if he could find an angle versus the Whisper at some point in the future if he can. Drain, plenty of health. He just stabilized his shield. Doesn't even move whatsoever. Whisper with a stun. Does he have a go? Mind games, but he's playing it very, very carefully. He goes in, pokes some dots on the Pikachu, bails out of it immediately. The Warlock honestly may just want to get in there, maybe port around the corner, get on top of the Priest. If he can go for a Mortar Coil into a Fear, I think he'll be golden. He definitely needs to get a slow into Whisper as soon as possible. PI is available, full opportunity for Whisper to maybe make some kind of play happen. This is going to be burst available. Pikachu just getting dots and running up and running little by little. Silence to follow. Spike of Insanity, but the Warlock barely takes damage from it. Full drain, able to stabilize a little bit. That's going to be more Shadow Ward deaths. I think it's like procs or something. But the Warlock is mostly just letting his drain let him catch up a little bit of healing. For Whisper, he's whittling the Warlock down little by little, if anything, though. So the Warlock does have stuff coming back up, does have a Dark Pact, Wall available, Hellstone available, Stun, does have a trigger for this one. If he gets himself an Interrupt as well, he'll be golden. I don't even know if he's running the Pet Interrupt though. Mortar Coil, finally able to get full dots on the Whisper. Maybe it's where you go for a full-on Dark Layer. If he has every single dot available, trying to go for more drains. Able to get himself quite a bit of health. Void turning around the corner, doesn't break it out of it immediately. And the Warlock doesn't really chase after the guy. I'm actually trying to see what this man is doing. Just kind of out in the open. He's not going for line of sight whatsoever. He's instead just kind of trucking on, man-boating all of this. Whisper does have all these dots ramped up on him. Dark Layer and everything going to be a trinket for Pikachu, or at least rather an undead racial to break out of that CC. Whisper still melting little by little though, but the Addons together with the Sport Cloak does give him a little bit of that recovery. This man is really... I'm trying to figure out, he's just standing out in the open. He's not really chasing after Whisper. He definitely needs to get the Curse of Exhaustion at some point in the future just to get himself a slow onto the Priest. Does hit him with a Mortar Coil, but a Bolt is going to attack him at the same time. Full dots on Whisper. And just going to, I guess, will him down little by little. Port around the corner does get himself a bit of a drain. And at least it's going to be a bit of recovery. Also, Dark Glare not up for about minute 50, minute 30, maybe. Silence to follow. He's just man-moding it. Look, just doesn't even care. This is the weirdest Warlock game I've seen in a long while, actually. Drain life available. Whisper try to see if he can get himself around this guy. He's just so casual about it. I just don't understand why he doesn't rush in. That is so weird. Definitely needs a Curse of Exhaustion. I think he finally did catch him with a stun around the corner. Whisper with the PI. Doesn't have the biggest burst available. Doesn't have all the cooldowns available, but does have at least a little bit here and there. Pikachu just charging at him. This is where it's at, man. Gotta get a Curse of Exhaustion on the guy. 6 minutes into the duel, 30% dampener. Does have himself a Fear to follow. Dark Ascension. Maybe that's where Whisper can make something happen. Got himself at least one of those bolts. Full Void Torrent can at least get some damage on the Pikachu. The man is going for full dots and everything. Is this gonna be potentially a drain on these tentacles? He doesn't even chase after Whisper. This is the weirdest duel ever. This Warlock just doesn't really care about the Priest at all. He'd rather just play the long game, let the game go into this agonizing big dampener, letting those dots tickle down Whisper little by little. Does get hit with a stun. Mortar Coil after him. Maybe can get himself a slow into Whisper. Full dots are getting set up. Whisper's taking a little bit of damage right now. He does get himself a bit of defense going back in, trying to go for Void Torrent. Pikachu with a big defense is just charging at Whisper. There goes the Disperse. Pikachu so far hasn't even had to pop big cooldowns for Whisper to get a big Disperse up and running. I guess he's the dampening at this point. He wants to look out for a bit of health. He needs that healing. He needs to get himself some kind of recovery. At this point, better pop Disperse. Maybe you'll have it back up when Pikachu actually has some big cooldowns. And the man just walks up, gets a couple of dots, and mostly just kind of chilling. He could maybe go for a reposition with a port, reposition with a gate, everything. He's just not even like super. He's not even like looking to charge out a Whisper. He's just standing out in the open, just casually looking at the guy. Stun to follow. Whisper trying to see if he can make a play here. Pikachu with a Mortar Coil. Doesn't get the... Oh! Does get the line of sight. But he's kind of just standing out in the open, just getting beamed by tentacles. He is really just not... I'm trying to understand what this man is doing. Is he just going to win just by standing out in the open? He's just so casual about this. He wants to get on top of Whisper, though. But I think he's eventually going to melt, though. He does have himself Shadowborn. He has Warlock Hellstone. He got him some defenses. But is he just gonna die? I feel like Whisper, if he gets himself a good go, he could just take him down. Got himself a bit of drain. Is that a Shadow not Shadow Burn version either? Just a normal drain. I'm trying to figure out. Forward to follow, try to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Whisper. Does pick up a little bit of health. Pikachu trying to go for a bit of dots. Whisper with a stun around the corner. I think the Warlock's fate is sealed, right? Unless the guy lives, he does burn a Warlock Hellstone. He does get himself a Mortal Coil. Finally, Fear. Does he get himself a full set of dots? It's going to be a Trinket out of Whisper. Not even a Trinket, actually. Is it Darker Enrichment, maybe? Or Shadowboard Death, maybe? I'm not even sure what broke him with that Fear. Honestly. Who's going to win this one? This is such a weird duel. Why is this such a long duel between a Priest and a Warlock? I just don't understand it. Silence on the Pikachu, he's out in the open, trying to see if he can avoid all these voided tentacles. That is going to be extra tentacles attacking him too. Wall to Follow, got him some Drain onto Whisper. As he got himself a bit of a shield. Port to Follow, does he get the dots, man? He got to get some dots on Whisper, pop himself full Dark Glare, and I think Whisper might just fall over. He doesn't have a lot of defenses left. Stun, he does have CC, but no matter what amount of CC he puts up with the guy, this guy just doesn't really care for CC at all. How high dampening are we trying to go here? 9 minutes into this duel. Shadowpress versus Affliction always been a big fight. I feel like we've had like very intense duels, but this was like more laid back. Big fight for sure, but usually they're like really intense and just a lot of back and forth. But this one is just like really slow in comparison. Whisper always has some kind of CC for Pikachu, but the man is just never deterred. He's just always going to keep trucking at you. There goes the Undead Racial. He doesn't play into a silent or into a silence. Yeah, he doesn't play into an interrupt, which is really weird. I wonder if he's playing like the Void Walker sacrifice ability, where he just gives himself a little bit more health to give himself our ability. Stun, Whisper trying to have himself a go. Mind gives out a Pikachu, got himself a full Fear, but that's going to be a Balls Fear in the mouth. You know, Pikachu needs some kind of survivability. Does throw for the Drain into his shield. Whisper does have dots still rolling on him. Eventually, I think he maybe just dies. Sanity to Follow, got himself a Void Charm, but just breaks it immediately. Then goes Soul Rod. I don't know if Pikachu can maybe get himself a Soul Rod in one of the tentacles in order to like cleave it off of Whisper. Maybe play Seduction Succubus. I don't know, maybe. What does it Seduction even do at that point? I don't even know what that does. Fear onto Whisper, finally got full dots. Wait, is this where Pikachu just goes to take him out? Disperse to Follow Whisper is gonna be able to dampen some of this damage, but eventually dampen is gonna fall off. The dots are absolutely eating right through him. The man doesn't really have much left here. Poor for Pikachu, does get hit with a stun. Whisper, I think it's just dead. Unless you can just start healing yourself right now. Does have the Aegis coming back in. Pikachu just refreshing all these dots. Drain Soul to Follow. What is this duel? Pikachu and Whisper just played against each other for so long. We're 10 minutes into the match. That was so long. Eventually he won, but I don't really know what Whisper was trying to do there. Honestly, Mortal Coil into Holy Sire. Pikachu got nothing left. He's trying to see if he can live this. Portal available. Does have some Dark Pack very soon. Fear into Holy Sire as the man is just going to blast out Trinkets after that one. What happened? What was that duel between the Warlock and the Shadow Priest, by the way? Warlock is going to be up next. I might have to get you a better name. Call it Warlock for short. I like your Mog, by the way. I like the helm too. Holy Side, just trying to see if we can avoid the dots. That is going to be a Destruction Warlock. As long as you can find a way to counteract the Infernal and the massive spam of Chaos Bolts, I think you'll be golden. But also the portals. If he's playing the portals, I think you'll be in a good spot. Yo, Vicanti, what do you get when we sacrifice a Succubus as a Warlock? What do you get? Can you even sacrifice a Succubus? Does it do anything? Because then I don't know. I actually don't know. There used to be a knockback ability you could get from a Succubus. The Succubus had a soul knockback, like a Whiplash, but they removed that a while ago, back in the Cataclysm. Big damage on the lock, and the man is just not feeling all that good. Immediate port right now. Does he play Portal build, or does he play like a Chaos Bolt build? He may be a Chaos Bolter guy. I'm not seeing a single Portal. I feel like normally we would have seen a couple of them from Warlocks, unless he's holding them out for a little bit later. Got him some big damage on the Holy. And that's going to be incinerated back to back. Maybe Reflect. Mortal Coil. He definitely needs something. Mortal Coil last second, but he's got no health whatsoever. Just conflagrating the guy. Big Portal trying to see if he can reposition. He got himself the maximum range, but I don't really know if he can go for big damage. Chaos Bolt 1, Chaos Bolt 2. I think he's a Bolter Lock. 2 bolts did a bit of damage, but not enough to break the Holy Sire. Got himself Shield together with the Battle Master's Trinket. He's doing okay. You get Seduction, channel like normal Seduction, but you also have to channel it so you stun yourself too. Really? Wait, that's actually such a bad ability though. You stun yourself while you channel it. That's really bad. Second? That's awful. Why would they do that? I think they gotta give him something else, man. Maybe give him like some kind of like a range Whiplash ability that at least slows the enemy, right? Like a slow. Like a slow that you can use every like 5-6 seconds or something. I don't know. 10 seconds. I don't really know. They gotta give him something better than that. Forbeard charging up versus Holy Sire. As the man got himself security against stuns early on from the Forbeard, trying to see if he can keep him on that consecration as best as possible. Maybe for the slows. I think maybe that's what he's doing, maybe for the slows. Trinkets out, trying to keep Forkbeard out of arm's reach, but trying to make sure that the dwarven legs do not reach the guy whatsoever. Sun to follow, final wreck. Holy Sight is playing normal wings. He's not playing the big go wings, but trying to see if he can blast out Forkbeard here and there with a bit of damage. Blind to follow, trying to see if he can find himself a little bit of a range around the pillar. But if Forkbeard, as long as he doesn't take damage for a bit, as long as he doesn't walk into consecration, he would get himself at least a little bit of survivability with that second win, but he better be very, very careful with the ground that he stands on. Holy Saya does have everything for this one. Chill Defense is ready. Final wreck, maybe? It's going to be Wake of Ashes. Forkbeard with full cooldown. Spear down into Holy Saya. Does bubble out of it. Unless Forkbeard has himself a shatter, there isn't much he can do. He's throwing everything at the guy, but doesn't realize that there's the bubble, not a Shield of Vengeance. Trying to see if he can fight through, but there's only so much he can really do. And it looks like it's going to be either Venami, maybe not Venami. It looks like it is going to be Hunt. What do we got a guy named Warlololok and now Hunt? What is that? How did that happen? How did we turn out like this? Holy Saya thinks he's maybe fighting the Warlock, oh, the Demon Hunter, but I think he realizes that he isn't. Grifka as a hunter, try to see if he can get himself a sniper shot around the corner. Almost got one. Almost got one. Does go for the death shotgun, but maybe a little bit too early. Holy Saya, he's just going to chill with that shotgun, take the damage to the face. And he's going to try to see if he can avoid it. His exposed shot is going to hit him. Off of that death shotgun, that is going to do quite a bit of damage. The volley also does a little bit of damage, not too much. Pet getting sent in. And if Grifka can find himself a better angle versus Holy, he may be in a good spot. Also, what is this animation? Why did you just moonwalk over to the left? What is this? Is that normal? I feel like it's broken. I feel like that didn't used to be a thing. Just get himself exposed shot as Holy Side trying to see if he can cover the distance down to Hunter. There's going to be immediate Trinket Turtle Shell. Just try to see if you can deny any kind of damage at this high dampening. If you can deny the damage early on, I think you'll actually be in a better spot. Holy Side does have Blessing of Protection, so you could maybe use it against the Hunter, but he could get it purged immediately. Question is too now, does Grifka on his Hunter, does he run Sentry? Because if it runs a Sentry Owl, he could hit behind the pillar. There would be no way for Holy Side to hide away from him. Got himself full wings, trying to see if he can maybe go for any kind of CC immunity with the Blessing of Sanct. This is going to be full stun to Hunt, taking a lot of damage. Big Templars back to back. Judgment sending him. It's going to be a Trinket as the pet stun comes out. Going to be Binding Shot to follow. Grifka, I don't think he has much left here right now. It's going to be one bit of damage. Holy Side silence for a second. Got himself a couple good hits. Oh, and a big Templars does end up taking him out. At the end of the day, Venami is the Demon Hunter, last one left. No resource, no healing is going to be available. Try to go for a stun around the corner. Blind immediately by Holy. Does a Blessing of Protection, or rather Blessing of Spellboarding. Which one do you use against the Demon Hunter? Because they do both. They do chaos damage, but they also do physical damage. So it's either going to be magic or physical. Venami though just needs to find himself a good angle, get a proper stun into Holy Saya, and then have a proper go. They just don't need to take a lot of damage from the Paladin whatsoever. If they just go behind the pillar, they need to zoom over to the pillar of Holy Saya, maybe imprison into a stun, and then have himself full go, and I think they'll be golden. That's all they gotta do. For Holy Saya, he kind of wants to play this like hit and one strat. He wants to play it super long. Does go for a Blessing of Sanctified really early. Wake of Ashes around the corner, trying to see if he can hit Venami. I've been burning right to Holy Saya with a break, and that's gonna be over for the Paladin. Does get hit with a stun immediately. It's gonna be either next up Tricks or answer, but for Venami, that's actually a pretty good situation. At least able to catch up a little bit of health of this high dampening. There isn't much you can really do. It's going to be answer or Tricks. One of your boys gotta go. It's super high dampening. You ain't healing nothing. It's extremely high dampening. Thanks to the group, thanks to the game from the what is it? It's the game from the Affliction Warlock and the Shadow Priest. Affliction Warlock did not want to play Ring Around the Rosie at all. He just didn't want to do it. They're just not gonna run after the guy. That game is how we got super high dampening. Venami though, there's an opportunity for you to maybe turn this around. I don't know how you beat a Paladin. Does get hit with a stun. There's gonna be demon spawning in. You gotta get super aggressive, I think. Does pick up a little bit of healing from the demon. The soul barely recovers your health, but you gotta go for a hit and run. Wake up Assassinator through a wall does not feel great whatsoever. Definitely needs to go for a stun. Big damage. Trick out of Answer. Got himself the I-beam. Steering Glare interrupts it. Oh, what in second? Maybe Answer. Oh, interrupted Holy and Venami just took it. Are you kidding me? What timing? Oh my goodness. Quick in the draw. Well done. Just needed to go for a quick kick. Wow. I like what the answer was trying to do, but man, Vanami though is gonna have a hell of a match with Strix. Just all these pets. You gotta finish off Strix immediately. Does go in for the wall. There goes the demon form. It's gonna be a hunt right after, but if Fear is gonna lock it down. Axos yet again. All these pets around you. Darkest last bastion of defense, but it doesn't even matter. The Strix overwhelms you entirely. Yeah, there's no way to win that. I guess the Demonology Warlock, there's no way. Holy shit, picking up 4. I didn't even realize it. Well done. Cleaving through that team. The Demon Hunter catching that quick kill though. Just a deadly, deadly killer. My goodness. Let's get us another one going here, chat. No mas. Holy Saya, let me know if you're ready, my guy, by the way. Oh yeah. Let me know if team is ready. Let me know if team is ready. Also, you too. Let me know if team is ready. We can go again a couple of times, yeah? What does that do between Affliction Warlock and the Shadow Priest? I hope those guys don't get to versus each other for a while. The Shadow Priest was playing very, 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 very safe. It just didn't work out that safe play turned into a victory. I think you got to play more aggressive at that point. But the Warlock was not going to back up. He was not going to retreat. He's just going to stand out in the open, beamed by tentacles. He was super confident, like, yeah, I'm a Warlock. I will live these. I live these. I don't think a Shadow Priest can do anything to me. Oh my goodness. I want to see that guy play, but no like high dampening either. Yo, Grifka, let me know if you got a 5-man team or if you guys need more bodies, let me know. You ready? Alright, let's get you guys in another one. Let's do like Tiger Speak. I do a lot of Tigers, but I like that arena. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. It's like a crappy Microsoft Priest. Dude, they're really gonna change it, Vicanti. I hope they change it at some point, man, because I think it'd be kind of cool, right? Because you get like a wall for the Blueberry. You get a Dispel from the Imp. You get an Intro from the other pet. And then at least I could put a Slow from the Succubus. Like a variation of their like Whiplash Slow, but like from a range, right? So you could have, I mean, you only have like a Slow, I guess. Okay, maybe make it so that it's like a different kind of fear, like a second fear. Your Succubus CC. Like a fear, but it makes the enemy walk to you. But you don't have to channel it. You just cast it once and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Cutting down and devouring the plagues of GTA, I'm very surprised. And delivering, for some reason I read it as devouring. I read it as I'm cutting down trees and devouring planks of wood. I was gonna say, why? Has that become your diet? But hey man, Jake. So some people just want to do some crazy in GTA. Other people just want to live a normal life to Twitch. Either way you want to run it, man. Honestly, it's your world. It's your oyster. Holy Saya up over for the team one. We got a lot of paladins in this team with Anto, barely got to play last time. Nina on the team as well. Trix is a Warlock as well as a Whisper with Holy Saya versus Warlock first up. These two have had a match last time, but this is going to be a bit of a rematch this time around. Destro Warlock versus Retribution Paladin. Vanami did blast out last game. We got Pikachu out here, Unkillable Warlock, Forkbeard, Golden Fury, and Survival Hunter Grifka. I'm gonna try to I'm either call you a hunter, I'm gonna call you a Grifka, one of the two. I might end up switching around back and forth. Golden Paladin Mog. I like it. That looks so good. Holy Side charging out. Headstrong versus Warlock. Does hit him with a Fear immediately. Trinket to follow. Does go for yet another Fear. As an interrupt, not available for Holy Side anymore. Shadow Fear made, but the man got himself lots of damage. Wings are available. Not the big Crusade Wings. Wall off for Warlock. And that's going to be a big spell warden for Holy Side. Just trying to see if he can use immunity to blast with the Warlock. Not even give him a chance. Man goes in for Warlock. Hellstone ports away. Trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of recovery stun to follow. As Holy Side just keeps blasting him out to smithereens. But a Succubus finally does catch him for just a second, but then something breaks ya. I'm not sure what breaks ya. Vanami's going to be up next. Last of the fighters totally decided they just had to go real quickly and super high dampening. Just trying to see if he can break through his defenses. Holy Side did use Spell Warden really early on. The demon spawning in could be perfect for the Demon Hunter. Just trying to see if they can give the pressure whirling versus Holy Side. A big hunt into a Metamorphosis right after, picking up the Demonic Soul to give him more health, but trying to see if he can bail out of there as a bubble comes out, flying up into the air. Not a lot they can really do here. Holy Side does sit in the bubble, throwing out the range damage of Vanami. There goes a Spark. Like Vanami might be in a lot of trouble. The Paladin gets so much range on him. but it's going to be a stun. Maybe quite a bit of survivability for Venami, picking up a little bit more help with the I-beam. Metamorphosis is still active. Regeneration does not go through for Holy Saya. Van does back up out of there for a second, but no, charges back in. No blur available, maybe could go for a darkness. Big damage potential versus Holy Saya. Trying to see if he can make that cleave work, but that's going to be lay on hands for the Paladin. Stun to fall into Venami. I think it's just over, unless Venami got a trick up their sleeve. Holy Saya does end up slaying another one. Forkbeard, next one. Trying to see if he can go for a little bit of honor duel with Holy Saya, by the looks of it. Trying to give him an opportunity to at least recover a little bit of cooldowns, a little bit of health, and maybe, I don't really know, health cooldowns, trinkets, all those things. Trinket, reflect up right now immediately for Forkbeard as he's approaching Holy. What is your mark, by the way? You look like a creature of the night. What is this? You got skulls on his shoulders, green, pole arms, a big old maw for a helm, fiery peepers peeping right through those, right through the teeth. My goodness. Down into Holy, does go for a trinket, missing the spear. So for Forkbeard, quite a lot of his burst damage is going to be out of the window. Still got quite a bit of pressure either way, though. No trinket available for this stun, though. Does still have a Ravager at least, doing a little bit of damage to Holy, but also generating lots of resources for Forkbeard. Try to see if he can maximize some power. It's going to be a big defensive as Sporkle comes out. Does himself the enraged generation as well. Fear to fall into Holy Saya. And looks like he's on a full retreat. I think second wind is going to be the play right now. Unless Holy Saya gets some kind of dots on the Forkbeard, the manage is going to start recovering little by little. As long as he can deny him any kind of healing by doing damage to his health bar, you will be golden stunned by 4. Got himself reflect maybe a little bit early, so now Holy Saya can avoid it and get around with it. Got himself a proper stun. Wall was used by the Paladin really early. Trinket up for Forkbeard. Got himself maybe something to work with. Blazer up by the Forkbeard. But the man is actually going to back up out of there. Second win potentially, no Warlock Hellstone, but does himself at least an opportunity to recover. I don't know if he's got a leap. If he's got a leap and he can just get away from Holy Saya and line of sight him entirely, he could get a lot of health. You just got to be really careful with our line of sight. Got to make sure to just be on the opposite side of Holy Saya, never in line of sight of the guy ever. Does go for the leap, but it still gives him a little bit of a line of sight, trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Big damage by Holy as a stun comes out. Forkbeard trying to see if he can build up a bit of damage. Stun to follow. Final record, everything. Wings are available. Unless you got someone for this one, Forkbeard better either play defensive or maybe even potentially counter-offensive. Holy Saya is trying to go for the rage build, man. He's just trying to outrage the guy, making sure he can't even be in his melee proximity to even fight it or counter it. The Warlock Pikachu is going to be up next. 4 minutes in a duel. Dampening is going to be slowly creeping up little by little in about 20 seconds from this point on. My goodness. War Pikachu didn't die at all, or barely never died last match versus the Shadow Priest. So as long as this guy is very careful with his dots and can use that survivability he's got cooking as an Affliction Warlock, he might be a match for Holy Saya. The only thing Pikachu doesn't really play into is mobility. He doesn't really chase people around the pillar. So for Holy Saya, waiting out until Bubbles back up may be a good play. Trying to go for a few onto Holy Saya, but also trying to avoid the interrupt. Does sneak in a rebuke either way, though. There goes the dots. Pikachu can go in for a full set of Dark Lair, but a bubble may just come out for Holy Saya. Do you pop cooldowns or do you just wait? I think you just wait. No, Dark Lair does come out. Holy Saya can bubble. It does go for a trinket, maybe. Trying to see if he can maybe save the bubble for a little bit later. That is a full set of dots on him. The man is going to take a lot of damage. Could maybe use Shield of Vengeance to attack the Warlock right back after. Port to follow. Got him so drained. Might just be a bubble situation. Holy Saya, there goes his shield. Honestly, I feel like a bubble situation might have been the play, because otherwise you're just low on health right now. Maybe he can go bubble regenerating, but he's really trying to see if he can hold on to the bubble until a little bit later. Now that he committed to holding on to it, he's going to try the very best to use everything but a bubble. Trying to hold on, make it a last safety thing. Gonna try to go for an interrupt with Pikachu. Doesn't quite connect. Full dots are up. Holy Saya does go for a judgment. I think ends up dispelling his own UA. And that is a lot of damage to his health. There goes the bubble. Regenerate. Does end up planting his feet in order to heal up. Gives Pikachu an opportunity to let's go for a full reset. Got himself dark, a pack, and everything. More to call into Holy Saya as the final wreck comes out. Maybe has wings available, but out in the open, fully dotted up. Stun onto the Warlock. Maybe something you could do here, but the man still got a wall. That's a full set of dots. Holy Saya better be looking out for his own health bar. Maybe Blessing of Protection together with Spell Warden might be the play here. Does get himself Spell Warden. The dots are still on you. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just not able to damage you, but they're still on you. Pikachu trying to go for dots, trying to go for fear. Holy Saya looking to go behind the pillar on a retreat. Still got Corruption Nagady hitting him a little bit. Stun onto Warlock, but not really. Doesn't look like he's committing a lot of offensive pressure. But Pikachu taking a big hits though. that is, some of them are getting crits. So maybe for Holy, this could be an opportunity to try to see if we can charge out. Fear by the Warlock doesn't connect with him with a stun really fast enough at all. Mortal Coil does try to kick, doesn't quite connect. Pikachu looking for the recovery, but his shield of Venus doesn't pop, and the guy like a balloon. There it is with Grifka on the Hunter, charging out, throwing a grenade. That is going to be the Eagle or the Sentry Owl. It's going to be available immediately. Full dots are up onto Holy. Might be in a bad spot too. Still got Corruption and Agonies burning him a little bit from the back behind the pillar. But at this point, he's got nothing. Maybe a Warlock Hellstone, potentially. Stun. Trinket available. Does go for the counter stun onto the Hunter. Full burst out of Grifka though. Death Shock him and everything. Grenades are just turning right through the guy. Kill shot away, and you could be done for the count. Holy, try to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability and afraid him together with the opponent just to keep himself moving, at least avoiding the Hunter as best possible. But a kill shot around the corner does end up sniping him out of the game. My goodness. Let's you change Shadow Priest a bit to make him ghost oriented. That'd be kind of cool. I won't be mad at that, Brago. I mean, I'm dressed as Sasquatch, she'll start devouring. There we go, my guy. There we go. There we go. That's the fantasy games we like to play. And going to be up next is another Paladin versus Grifka. You know, Grifka on the Hunter is actually not as bad compared to, like, I mean, not different than him on Rogue. It is a class with a lot of CC, a lot of escapes. But instead of like gouges and stuns, you got traps, freezing traps, still traps, star traps, and also quite a bit of bursts as well. Instead of secret technique, you got some explosives and death shock him, which is a lot of damage. Stun onto the Grifka, the Hunter, but say Grifka, the Rogue, as it is full hammer hanging over the man's head. You're just gonna go for a turtle. I don't think the turtle's actually gonna save from the hammer. I think it's still gonna take damage. I think it's probably gonna. No, yes, you still get hit in a Wake of Ashes hits you through a wall. That is weird. I'm not a big fan of Wake of Ashes hitting people through walls, but Enter is definitely utilizing everything in his class. Technically, sort of has access to. Shields is up for Grifka as he does so Spore Cloak activate. Does not walk into the bonding shot. Yet another hammer hanging over the man's head. Is he just gonna die to the hammer? Or does he feint this one? He might have fainted that one actually. Or was it a hammer to begin with? Might have not have been a hammer, it might have been something else then. Enter trying to wait it out. Maybe the Wake of Ashes through the walls are just cheesy, man. I don't know how I feel about those, but does put the guy in combat stun. Grifka does have a trinket for this one. Does he have any escapes at all? Exhilaration last second does give himself a little bit of a health with a Battle Master's trinket. At least gives him a little bit of survivability. Andrew just needs one more stun, and it might be done and done for Grifka. He needs, on the other hand, a stun, Death Shock him, actually full camo. That is what he needed, actually. He needed a reset. So he got himself maybe Warlock Hellstone, unless it's still on cooldown. He got himself stun. It looks like potentially actual burst damage. And so as long as he's careful, he might be fine. Does try to remove some of the poison off of him. But it's going to be bonding shots follow. Dash shock him after. Grifka got himself explosive. Maybe he can go for big burst. Looks like he's going to play it super steady. Definitely needs to get the kill command. As well as a couple of grenades over at Anto. Those grenades with the kill command. With the current tier set, it's really strong. And the fact they actually make it that tier set part of the Survival Hunter playstyle in 10-2, which is actually going to make him a lot stronger. Stun into Hunt. Now doesn't have much help to work with. Big burst by Anto, blind to follow. Hammer hanging on the guy's head. I don't think there's anything you can do. I think it's just done. Feign death? Hold on. Does it actually remove the hammer, or does it like... It removes the model of the hammer, but I still think you take damage from the hammer. Unless I'm wrong on that one. Hold on a second. I saw the hammer. I don't know how you win this one though. I don't know how you win this one. For Grifka, he needs another camo trap. It's going to be trinket. Answer just needs a hammer or two. Another hammer hanging over the guy's head. Oh no! Hammer wrath. I think it's over. Unless he got another feign death. 2 seconds. 1 second. Feign death up. Camo. Okay, so that one removed the hammer entirely. So I think it does remove the hammer, maybe. I think feign death does entirely remove the hammer. I think it just animation may still play. When paladins were considered cheated, where they were easy to beat. Now they're strong as heck. Yeah, you think so? When was the last time paladins were bad though? I mean, in 1007 they definitely got a lot better. But I think it was maybe like Mr. Pandaria that were kind of like whatever, right? Or was it another expansion where they were like really mediocre and everything? Because I remember Mr. Pandaria that didn't have much representation, but they were pretty good when played with a hunter for arenas. But they also had flaws too, like some big ones. Turtle shell immediately. Grifka doesn't want to die, man. Grifka definitely does not want to die, but does he have a chance here at all? Shield defense up for Answer, slamming him the hammers. Gonna be a big hammer hanging over Grifka's head yet again. Could feign death, it definitely should last second. Drop it down traps. Feign death right now if you have it. Unless it's over. You live that. How are you alive? How are you still alive at 64% dampening? How are you still alive? What is happening? Enter one hammer. Trinket, Blessing of Protection, just to take it down. Battle Masters together with acceleration. You're kidding me. Oh my goodness, this guy every trick up his sleeve. Yet another freezing trap on Andrew. At some point, he's just gotta go. Hold on, Andrew doesn't have immunities. Yo, Grifka, if you have a chance right now, now's the time to get a kill. But no health again, ever again. This guy's surviving all these hammers. Oh my goodness, how are you alive? How are you still alive? I'm just impressed. I'm also kind of disappointed in Answer because he's like a hammer throw away from taking you out. He's just so close to taking you down, but not quite. He just... Is this gonna be the final hammer? No, you gotta feign death. You might be able to line it up properly. Feign death? Feign death? Doesn't matter. Apparently the hammer, when you don't add damage into it, doesn't do anything. Answer. Right now. Your shot right here. Oh. What is going on with this game? He just needs one more hammer throw. And two. Freeze the trap stops, yeah. No trinket. Oh, he does have a trinket. Does he just burn it? Oh man, I would just burn it. I would have been impatient enough to burn one. I would have definitely been impatient enough to burn one. That was gonna be it for me right there. And now he gets a camo. No, and so you gotta pick up eyes quickly. Take a look at the rogues. Plush, you know what? You're not wrong, but I didn't think that this is how the games are gonna go. Dude. I think it's just Grifka just has it as like ban hunters. I think it's just maybe ban Grifka. I think it's just like a personality trait to never die. It's just a personality trait. It's not even a class that he plays. It's just part of him. Enter finally gets a stun. Is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be done for the count? Are you actually still just trying to let the hammer fall, kill him? I think Enter is actually holding back at that point. I think he's trying to let the hammer kill him. Right? Is that what's going on? It's gotta be it, man. It's gotta be. Bubble. Does he go down now? I can't believe that's how we had the game last 14 minutes because of this. Oh my goodness. Holy Sire with a 4, but then we had such a long drawn out game at the very end. My goodness. Yeah, dude, perma-cheat death. That's part of his personality trait, is the perma-cheat death of this guy. No matter what class he plays, rogue, hunter, yeah. Before, okay, we can get you +1. I can do groups. Yeah, we'll get a +1 in here. We'll keep going while we got a group of boys. We'll join Grifka. We'll open up the groups. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join. And then once we're out of groups, then we'll call it from a death arena. Dude, honestly, we might just need to. Dude, if I could, that's another rule that I could have just added. Maybe like if the guy's just dead. Imagine if I could just like add a new rule set into an arena. Just constant ticking damage. So eventually, like, even if you do hide behind the pillar, you will eventually die. Just constant ticking damage. It's like, go. You don't got a lot of health. You got to get in there. Go, go, go. Got Jayhawked. Here we go. I feel like that would be unfair for some classes, but imagine in that kind of situation, right? The guy's just not dying at all. Just finish him. It's just like, all right. Fires in the entire arena. Everyone's taking fire damage every second and just ticking him down. There's no way to recover. No way you can camo out of this one. Just done. I think that would be unfair though. That's the thing. That's another one of those things I wouldn't want to give myself that much power. You know what I mean? Invite. Breeze also needs one more. Invite friendo. We can get you in here. UITY friend. Thanks to Anto for joining. Appreciate you, my guy. We need Onomas, boys. Onomas over for the team. Breeze ass. Pass. There we go. I was about to say pass lead. Por favor. We got one more for Grifka. We need Onomas for this one, and we'll be good. And we got 5-man teams, boys. Alrighty. Does any race have 1% fire resist? Yes, actually they do. I think it is Volpera, and I believe it is the Dark Iron Dwarves that have a fire resistance to them. Like 2% or 1% or whatever. For eternity later and they're still alive. Honestly, dude. It is crazy. Be everyone, man. Good. Oh, good, Nina. All Gucci fam. Chat, we need Onomas. One more and we're good to go. Team Grifka. With our homies already. Breezaz on his team just needs Onomas and we'll be set. We did drop a paladin for this team, so now we'll have less paladins. That is gonna be kind of nice. I want to see. I see Gladiator Mount Sales went well last year. Yeesh. Come on. What is this? 1 min. I'll get Tricks. I'll get Nina. You guys are good. You guys are chilling while we're looking for a +1. I'm gonna beat my Bina and see if like anybody new is online. You know what I was hoping to see? I was hoping to see my homie Abe online. The hunter. Dreadlord armor? They got Dreadlord armor? Yo, what? Hey, what the? Yo, they got Dreadlord armor. Trading post? It looks like a trading post thing. That looks pretty good. The helm, I guess I'm not really a big fan of, but Dreadlords do have a big old horn, so I guess that makes sense. I'd run it without the helm. That looks good though. And we got Tenaris? Wasteland? Yo! Wait, what if that's gonna be the next expansion? We're gonna go to another continent and it's a wasteland. With crazy, like, cannibals and stuff. That's gonna be it. That looks dope. That looks so cool. Even the mask? Oh, that looks good. Look, there's some Mad Max kind of stuff going on. That looks good. And we got sarongs. What the hell is a sarong? Like a lower part of the dress, I guess? I mean, lots of colors, so that's pretty cool. You know what they should do? Monk orbs? Wait, you can just get separate. That's kind of cool, actually. Wait! Could you do a Mog of Thrall? Because he had like orbs around his neck for like a good while. Forest Lord Antlers. Yo. Wristwatches. No way. Oh wow, do they work? Like, do they actually like have spinny animations maybe? I mean, they're not, obviously not gonna sell time, but how cool would that be, right? How neat would that be? That's cool looking, chat. Neat. Alrighty, hey, crazy. Wanna join in for... Oh, never mind. I was about to write crazy, but I think they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. I was mid-writing them, but it is late on EU, so what can you do? Did I ask Keisuke before? No, I never got to ask Keisuke. Did I ever get to ask Mouth? That's another guy that I think I wanted to ask earlier. Oh, let me ask Nib. Hey. Fallout Mog? It does look kind of like a Fallout Mog, doesn't it? Wait, what if that's going to be like a crossover event? I don't think most would ever do a crossover event with another game like that. Or franchise. I think they would do it with other games within their ecosystem, like Hearthstone and stuff. But that'd be cool. That's neat. It looks good. Dreadlord set, Wastelander set, wristwatches and stuff. The dress thing, Jaina Dreadlord armor. Yeah. Yo. Yo, that'd be kind of cool if like you show up in front of Jaina with a full set in like Theramore or wherever Jaina's at, and just like, oh, I got one of those. I mean, there's a random voice line. Oh, I have one of those. I mean, or she just looks at you like, oh, you're two? Oh, hey. Oh, wait, never mind. Don't worry about it. How good would that be? Just like a troll, just like an add-on, just for fun. Wasteland Azeroth, you want to take. Hot Skins is a version of the world. Hot Skins. Oh, like Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. Heroes of the Storm I always felt like was super disconnected. Like at a miles arm reach, right? Couple of arms worth of reach. They're just like it wouldn't really like work. Or at least I never thought it would. Hey, Shy. I thought I'd laugh if Dalaran dressed up in a Jaina outfit. Like IRL? What does a Jaina outfit even look like? Can you even get like a full set? What? I guess like her BFA gear, right? That's like the most iconic. Huh, there's a lot going on. A lot of pieces. That seems like a lot of work. IRL? Oh. I don't think I would look good in a corset. Here's some Jaina Dreadlord's kind of stuff. Yeah, I do remember when they added that. That's where it was like, oh, I see what you did there. But it was like a thematic thing for like all the characters to get like an evil skin or whatever. But it was pretty funny then. Yeah, I'm like miles away, but they started bringing multiverse into expansions. You know what? I think the word multiverse for me is kind of a dirty word. I hope I don't ever get to experience anything with multiverses, multiversey or whatever, multiversi, whatever we call it. I feel like it's the superhero genre that did like multiverse thing and comics well, but then they're trying to like, I don't know, man. Well, they have a multiverse thing with WoD, right? I didn't like that. I don't know. Multiverse stuff is just like, I feel like the stakes are gone, right? You could just have like a hero die in one universe. Oh, they're back, but they're from another universe. They're just back in here. They're back to normal. It just, the stakes are gone. That's just my biggest like gripe with it. I'm sure you can have, because I haven't read all the comics, right? And I'm sure a lot of them are like really, really good storylines. But it's just the concept of it just like removes the stakes. And I'm a big fan of stakes, like medium rare in particular. Alrighty. Wait, Sakati said he had a... Alright, I feel you, Sakati. I see you, guy. I see you, bud. Multiverse of Madness, Sing That Bad. I don't think I've ever watched Multiverse of Madness. No, I kind of stopped watching like anything Marvel-wise after Endgame. Because like, well, they were like, all right, Iron Man, we're not doing it again. Thor, we're not really gonna do it again, except the one film. But they said it was gonna be by the same guy who did Ragnarok, and I didn't like Ragnarok. I'm just like, I didn't like it at all. I just felt like, oh, here's like an opportunity for like a story element, jokes, cram it in there. Even like the whole Thor storyline, the entire time they're just like, hey, here's like an opportunity for a serious storytelling, and they just cram a bunch of jokes in there. And I'm just like, all right, it's just, you're not taking it seriously. I lost all interest entirely. But yeah, after that, I just kind of stopped watching all of it, and everything that I've heard since then, it hasn't been good. None of it. So haven't really, yeah, medium rare, Bane, Bloodhound Stakes. As long as it's medium rare, my boy, dude, I love Bane, but like, man, I also love my steak. You know what I mean? We do need a little mas though, if you guys want to join. You know, let's do it like this. We'll give it like 5 minutes. I know it's late over on the EU. We'll give it about 5. If we get a uno mas, we'll play. If we don't, we'll call it, because it is late for EU anyway. Plus, we had some really long games, man. Some really drawn out games. That takes a lot out of me. Ona, I'm down. 445 out of all. This man is geared head to toe. I think we're good though. I think we're set. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, queuing up the teams a sec. Who's lead on this one? Holy, right? Yeah, that'll work. Alrighty, what arena do we do, man? What map did we do? We got Tigers, we did Lord, we haven't done Lordaeron. Let's do Lordaeron. Last one for the night. Yeah, let Plush in to get in as a Sass rogue. Actually, I would trust Plush to go Sass, yeah. I would actually trust him on the Sass. I think Plush is a good homie. I think he's kind-natured. There's a lot of rogues out there that really do like make like what a stereotypical rogue is, like the personality traits, but I feel like Plush is chill. He's been chill so far at the very least. Next in line, Grifka Feral 25-minute game. Dude, if Grifka has a Feral Druid, I'd actually let him run it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a long game. He doesn't give up on a Hunter, man. You gotta give him credit. Hunter's a lot more squishy than Rogue. Like, surviving a Hunter is a lot more difficult than a Rogue. A Rogue, all you have to just vanish and you're set. Cooldowns are back. Sit pick up for days. Can wait for 200 energy? Dude, that's gonna be insane! Assassination with 300 energy. It's just bonkers, but like your energy, it's just, I love what they're doing with it. I love how they're letting you experiment with resources, and they're giving like a lot more need for like energy management. It's going to be an actual like resource. Right now you just spam it, and whenever you have it, you use abilities for it, but like you don't really manage it, but then you're going to have to. You got to maintain it up above a certain point in order to get value. It's going to be so good. I'm actually so excited, man. For Twitch. Yeah, it's actually interesting. I'm excited to check out more of it, man. I'm going to take a look at it tonight. Beer joins in over for the team too. We got ourselves Whisper over on the team 1. Stun onto Forkbeard with a root immediately. We are missing, looks like somebody over on the team 2. But hopefully they'll still load in just a moment. Whisper just trying to see if we can back away. Forkbeard not letting it go that easily. Doesn't go for Zerkas. Actually trinkets it. Is it not Zerkas this time around? It might not be Zerkas this time around. Silence out of Whisper. Just trying to get the slows into Forkbeard. The tentacle adding on a little bit extra pressure. But he does himself reflect. As long as you don't reflect a mind games to you, I think it should be good. Stun into a spear. Does it connect? I think maybe. It doesn't connect. No, Forkbeard. Oh my goodness. This man's been running spear a couple of first games that actually helped him out a ton. But a couple of times he misses spear and it doesn't feel that great whatsoever. The man is going to be in a bit of trouble. Stunned as he charges in. Spike Insanity. Does proc out his shield. Void trying to follow. Got him some plenty of defense. Whisper just needs a little bit more pressure in order to take him down. Got himself a little bit of healing. Shadow Ward Death. I don't know if he got a proc or Shadow Ward Death. Maybe. Maybe he's playing for like a death procs. Going to be a full road onto Forkbeard, trying to get himself at least a little bit of recovery. Mind Spike 1, Mind Spike 2, maybe leave by the Warrior. As long as you keep doing constant pressure to the Warrior, at least you're denying the second one. Fear, does he have Zerkas? He doesn't run Zerkas, I don't think. But this one, the Zerkas would help him out quite a lot there. Charges back in, massive spell, reflect up. Does end up reflecting or trying to go for an interrupt either way. But it's going to be Void Charm potential, lots of damage, big damage on Forkbeard. Doesn't have a defensive for this one. Does have a stun though, could go for the Dark Iron Racial to remove all of these dots of himself as well. It may just want to do it, honestly. As a full shield is up for Whisper. Got himself the Aegis together with Spore Cloak. Trying to go for Mind Games. Does get interrupted in Shadow. Could be in a bad spot. Has himself access to disperse if he needs to. Quick Fear into Forkbeard. as he's getting blasted out by a Siphon. Perfect opportunity to make some damage happen as the man just has 50% less healing taken for a bit there. And Whisper just needs a little bit more damage. Whisper is not really it's not really easy for Whisper to take him down though. I do wonder what is going on that front. Does go for the Dark and Racial, is going to horrify him away in the distance. Does go for a silence in case there's maybe a rallying cry, but doesn't have anything. At this point, Forkbeard got nothing left. Maybe he can go for one heal, but trying to see if he can back away from Whisper. Charges out to a Tentacle. Does he have anything at all? Mind Blast from a distance. More Tentacles available. Stun to follow. Whisper just needs a little bit more damage to take him down. Reflect last second. And Forkbeard looking for a bit of a reset. As long as the man doesn't have dots, he might be okay. Wait, does he have dots? Shadowcrest, I think, should be able to establish a couple of them at the very least. But yeah, Jake, Outlaw with no Drone Rush. Yeah, I do need to mess around with that one, honestly. I need to mess around with that some more. Charge does go for the interrupt. It was Whisper trying to get himself a big ascension going into a Stormbolt right after. For Forkbeard, he's still got a lot to work with here because he got himself a Disperse. He got to get through him. He got all this healing. He got to get through him. Whisper does have healing. But the damage-wise, he may be playing like a build that's very much self-healing build rather than one that's damage-focused. Forkbeard shield is up as he gets super low. Does have full defenses. Spike should be maybe deadly. Shadow Ward dead. Does end up taking him out at the end there. Whisper does end up picking it up. I think Whisper might be playing like a very defensive build though. Pikachu is back up. This man last time versus Whisper did end up melting the guy down. Full fade by Whisper. Does get to dodge the away for just a second. Full dots on a Pikachu as he goes in for a drain. Does get himself a nice bit of proc. Whisper looking behind the pillar. Does go for a Dark and Racial to remove all the dots very quickly. Did not have a UA in him. So he's actually doing okay. But it looks like some dots are still on you either way, though some that maybe you cannot remove. Silence onto the Warlock doesn't really go too far away from Whisper. As long as he's staying next to the guy, maybe get him feared out in the open, you will be golden. Full UA is up, trying to get the dots back in there. Drain Light to follow, does go for the fade, trying to dodge some of the damage. Stun onto the Warlock, does still just taking all this constant ticking damage right now. Has himself a Siphon to maybe slow Pikachu down a little bit. Darkblade joins in. Whisper may be in a lot of trouble. Might be one of the situations where you just have to go for Disperse. Pikachu, unless he switches out his sacrifice pet to a interrupt pet, I don't think he can actually stop a lot of his healing or a lot of his damage or disrupt his Disperse. Does have a drain, mad damage. Whisper trying to see if he can just heal through it. Is going to be Disperse. My goodness, that is rough. Power Paladins and second phase. What do I mean by second phase? Depends what you mean, my guy. Gotta be Affliction UA up and running, full damage. Trying to see if he can maintain the UA as I guess the guy was able to fade the first one. Mind Games is ready, but I think it's just all dots. Whisper is just in a lot of trouble. Every time he goes in for damage, he's the one in trouble. Every time Drain, and it's just over. Pikachu just blasted the guy out entirely. With Triggs gonna be up next, Demonology versus Affliction. One of them is gonna watch it down with dots. and the other's gonna rush it down and whittle it down slowly but surely with the army of demons. Gonna be all the pets charging in. Shadowfield right after. Pikachu needs a lot of healing. Does go for the Warlock Hellstone. There goes the Dark Glare. Better be very careful of the Dark Glare. You don't want to do damage right up front to the guy. And Pikachu may just be going down for the count. Wall to fall. It needs some survivability. That's trying to go for Drain, but also trying not to... I think maybe trying not to get interrupted. I'm not really sure, but Trix does end up taking him down fairly quickly. Just crushing the guy. Walking over him with a big old Tyrant. Jayhawk trying to see if he can maybe skulk his way over to Trix. Goes in for a Shadow Melt, but where else are you gonna go? You're gonna be in one spot. Ring of Frost almost does it in, but isn't able to get himself full gold. Trying to go for an interrupt, but it's gonna be Trix. Perfect opportunity for him to be able to get some CC without interruption, while Jayhawk trying to see if he can make the Touch of the Magi damage work. Mortal Coil, that is gonna be all the time for Jay, but still, if you're just gonna get him in a bit of a weird spot. Arcane Missiles flying in. Trix got himself plenty of defense though. Plenty of pets surrounding Jay. But it's got himself the Obelisk to amplify their value, but there goes the Ice Block. That's actually big for Trix right now. He's got himself Tyrant coming up in 30. And there goes Jay's biggest defensive ever. Jay is going to have to make a play. Go for full damage. He's got to find a way to keep the pets away from Trix and find a way to seclude Trix out in the open by himself. If he could do that, it would have been a great spot. Does try to see if he can charge after him. Polymorph over that breath. The pet maybe can go for a stun. Does it have an axe toss? It doesn't. Trix trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of a better position. Wall is available in case he needs to, but he's got to go in a good distance. Charming up Valve and may just need to go for a wall. Mortal Coil and Jayhawk does break out of it fairly quickly. Here to follow. I think at this point you may just want a wall. Does use CC in order to stop a lot of the Jayhawk's burst. Does end up shutting him down. Stun to follow. Tyrant joins in. It's going to be Dark Glares. Oh my god, all these pets. Touch of the Magi is still on you. You don't have a lot of health. Does it do a lot of damage? Or does it just fade? Touch, I think maybe just fades? I guess we'll see it in just a second or two. And maybe Fade Strix doesn't have anything left here, man. Couple of kill shots, explosive, that's it. My goodness, well done though. And Grifka Hunter is the last one left. He got himself a couple of these boys to fight through. From Ona to Nina to Holy Sai. If you could fight a warrior and double paladin from 37% dampener, I mean, that's a hell of a match. Got himself a full scout down on the floor. Ona try to see if he could rush over there. It's going to be binding shot stopping him. And Griff can get himself quite a bit of damage onto the warrior. The guy got to find a way to get around this card. He's still slowed down entirely. Can't really do much. Finally got himself somewhat near Grifka, but couldn't really get the big damage to happen yet. Needs himself a leap, maybe a charge, stun, anything. But so far, Grifka has just been able to dodge the guy, rot him, let the pet do work. Fear onto the pet. As the man is trying to see if he can get himself a better angle, leap, and then maybe we should have a reflect ready for one of those traps. This is going to be a stun as Griff can just try to see if he can buy himself as much time as possible. I think wait until the next Death Shock comes. Setting in a grenade, just arm as the warrior charges in, full burst at the ready, does lock him down for just a second. Perfect opportunity for the warrior to maybe make a big play, but that's going to turn him for the hunter. Doesn't want to take any damage from the guy at all. Trying to go for mending bandages, recover as much as possible. Only if you're careful, you would have expected a freezing trap. They did some of the freezing traps recently. Right now, if you're mid-movement and you have a freezing trap, you're just like, you don't freeze. You just keep moving in the direction you're moving. You keep wiggling around. That is a weird one. But Grifka is definitely very, very careful to make sure. What is that charge to the card? Big kill shots to follow, stunned by the warrior, but I think it's just over. Fate is sealed, and Grifka does end up taking him out with that coordinated assault, blasting him out of the game. I mean, with the second patch of Dragonflight that showed explained properly, even like 10.2. We don't know yet. Paladins didn't get a lot of changes. We don't know how they're gonna be tuned. I haven't taken a look at the tier set. I'll probably do a video on them at some point in the future. Or ask me like in a couple of days. I'll be taking a closer look at the classes, much closer look. Stone onto Holy Saya. S is gonna be up next. Hodge onto Grifka, trying to see if we can just blast him out. Final reg. That goes the big defensive for Grifka. Panic should be ensued. Harpoon, freeze, Holy with a bubble. Oh, there's just not much you can really do. There's only so much. Well done, well done. One team did play with only 4. So they were a little bit behind. Grifka was trying to hold his own on his side of the team pretty well. Did well with the warrior, but going against double paladin with bubbles and bops at higher dampeners, that's rough. Plus also the arena is a little bit more on a smaller size. But yeah. We are 4th. Do you guys have... Yeah, I thought you guys had a 5, but I guess maybe somebody left as soon as we queued. Or they never took the queue. Either way though. If we got 4, are we looking for more or we don't fill in our boys? Let me know. Grifka, are we going to be looking for a 5th or you think we're just done ski, my guy? Here we go. Griff, the alt, yeah, it's his alt. We banned rogues at some point. We're like, alrighty, we're done. Warrior left? Okay, cool. So Warrior left, we're on one team. Griff, you lost a guy. I think we'll just call it here then, Chad, yeah? I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, and did a good match? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I think we'll call it there since both teams lost a guy. Griff lost one before they even got a chance to play. And then we just lost the Warrior over on team Saya. It is late on the EU though too. So like, yeah. Alrighty boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be taking a close look at the classes this evening. Can we do good down in practice? Okay, we set up a match of Grifka versus Saya. Maybe? Grifka, Holy Saya wants to duel ya. 1-on-1, I think. I think we'll try to do it 1-on-1. 1v1. 1-on-1. Try to do fourth playthrough of BG3. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, if you do druid, do the spore zombie build. It's so fun. Oh yeah. Sork is also very, very good. Mix that with Warlock and you. Yeah, with Warlock, it's kind of nutty, honestly. But yeah, Grifka, Brizaz wants to do a 1v1 versus the Yama guy. He wants a practice match. You can go in your rogue if you wanna. But yeah. Yeah, he wants to duel your rogue. I think he asked about it like last week. He wanted to do 1v1 versus him. So maybe we could go like one more match. Just have you guys go first, and just everybody else play out. See how it goes. Yeah. How did that sound, chat? We'll do one more. We'll do like a 4v4, a quick 4v4, because we got 4 on one team, 4 on the other. Just let you guys play. Have those two go first. Proper 1v1, and then we'll just let everybody else play out. Just as the last one for the night, so everybody at least has one more chance, yeah? I think that's what we'll do. Keep a team. If you have 4. We can do... Yeah. Wait, you guys got 5? You guys actually got 5 or you got 4? Because if you got a +1, I think we could maybe get a +1 here. But, or maybe just run like 4 versus 5. I don't even know Grifka. You guys got 5? Hey, let's go. You know what? With Grifka's team, I don't really know if they need a field, do they? I don't really know if they need a field, do they? Alright, chat. Final 5v5 1v1 duel. But we are going to have Grifka and Holy Saya go first. Does anyone want to join? Last chance. I'll do this. I'll listen for like a minute. Yeah? Last 5v5 of the night, if you guys want to join. I'll listen for like a minute. If you don't get a 5th, we'll just go 4 versus 5. Wait, for good, you're a tank? Alright, whatever. Alright. No rules this time, yeah? All the rules are thrown out of the window. Alright. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you versus Holy Saya first. Just have you guys go off the bat. And then you can play the rest of the game out. However many you get is however many you get. But yeah, if you guys want to join, got a spot real quick. Sorry, change back. No, you're good. You know, honestly, play Warrior. Play whatever you like. Play whatever you like. It's like the last game of the night anyway. I was just commenting. I was just noting. I wasn't trying to chastise you or tell you what to do. You do whatever you like, fam. Want to play prot? Go for it. Hit it with it. I didn't realize they had a full 5-man team on the other team, though. Or they had a full 5 on the others. Do you go over druid changes sets yet? I haven't gotten over the sets. I want to do a video on, like, look at the tier sets. I do want to do a video, I think, on class changes. But I want to do a video also on the class tier sets. Class changes are kind of light. For the most part, they're very, very light, except for like Rogue. So I don't really know if it's worth covering like every single class change. There is some new talents though, which I think would be worth noting. Solid dance as a bear? What the? Okay, how many tanks are we gonna have in these, man? Is this serious? Blood DK tier gives me tingles. I have to look at it. How's Outlet changes looking for PvP? Outlet is looking really good in general. And I think for PvP, they're going to be kind of nutty. I mean, it's hard to tell really for PvP specifically. They don't have like a subtlety AoE stun thing. But they do have new stuff though. And I wonder playstyle wise if that's going to be better. Killing Spear looks like it's a real button. And it looks like they have a lot more burst. So if they could do like a big burst combo with between the eyes back to back. Ooh, buddy, it's going to be something. It's going to be interesting. Because they can do a lot of damage. A lot of damage in the opener. It is nutty. So we'll see. It looks like openers could be huge for them. Like you just do a lot of between the eyes back to back, dispatching back to back. Brutal. Looking kind of brutal. One spoiler for you, but I'm likely making Blood DK next season. Let's go. That's a good one. Hell yeah. But it looks like rogues may have a couple of playstyles. Like there'll be an ambush playstyle, but then you can also play no ambush. And like you don't even ambush in stealth. You will stealth, but you'll use other abilities in stealth, not ambush. But it's kind of good. It's like there's a lot of opportunity for burst, for damage, for resources, for counterplay, and like talents look really good in general for like the class tree. But also the Spectre looks interesting. The blind AoE one is interesting too. I don't know if it's gonna be good for PvP, but it could be. I know it'll be good for Mythic Pluses for AoE. Start strong, nerf I believe in shortly after. It seems like it might track. I'm hoping it will be kind of like Paladins for 1007. Like they got strong and they weren't nerfed a little, but not that badly. You know what I mean? They were nerfed a little. Do we only have 3 on this team? No, we have 4. Okay. For some reason I got confused. Then again, that's my natural state. We'll go with this. We'll go with 4. We'll do it like this. We'll do 4. I gave it a minute. We didn't find anybody. We'll just keep you boys as is. If I can find the... what are we gonna do? We do the Rook? Black Rook hold? Wait, Zakati? Let me back in. Okay. I got a homie for you. I got +1. I got a +1. I got a +1. How do I invite Zakari? I gotta do it like this, yeah? Yeah. Oh, hold on. No, I can. Here we go. Okay. Teams are ready. Rogue v Pala first, but the rest of you roll like normal. Alrighty, boys. Last one for the night, man. Alrighty, Grifka. Hope you're ready. It's a Paladina. Give it your best shot, my guy. Give it your best shot. He wants to 1v1 you real quick. We were able to get ourselves +1, boys. I think we do Black Hold, man. I like Black Hold as an arena. Where is the thing with... Okay, I lost the thing with Grifka. Grifka and... Holy Saya. 5 Black Hold. I like Black Hold as an arena. We'll do that. Let's reduce the number of spells we have. When you end up with classes having 50k spell all around the place, it's a bit overwhelming. Classes having 50k spell all around. Do we have 50,000 spells? Like overall or per class? Because I feel like Rogue's abilities, there's like 30 maybe. right? That's not a lot. Or am I wrong about that? I don't know. Are you referencing the thing that Asmongold said, but like there should be less abilities? Yeah. I don't know. If that's what you're talking about, didn't Max say that he thinks Asmon is kind of out of touch? Again, I think we've had a conversation about it before. Like, isn't more abilities better? More stuff? Yeah. If you look at Twitter, yeah, it is. It was interesting. He was nuanced about it, but like that's more or less what he like thought. That's more or less his take. Switch. Switch. Well, I guess it depends what you mean. Abilities used more. Yeah, like overall, interesting. Got ourselves Grifka first up versus Holy Saya. Holy Saya wanted a 1v1. He wanted to find a way to beat these rogues. He wanted for Grifka to give him proper uno mas. And here we are, gouged by Grifka. We're looking for a bit of a reset. Already burning through an invasion to Holy Saya. That's what the Paladin needs to find a way to catch up. Josh charging in with the Horde's Consecration down. But Grifka able to swing around the back. No wall for Holy Saya this time around. Able to go for a full secret technique. Big damage. That's going to be a full defense for Holy. As he got himself the Battle Masters, but it showed the minutes into a quick blind. Grifka looking for an escape. Does he get to find him? It looked like he was on top of him, but the gouge maybe will give him an out. I think maybe he did hit him at some point, but he's just zooming all over the place. It's hard to tell if it's actually going to be in or out. It's going to be team 1 together with, or team 2 rather. Morty back on that team. Nina over there on the side. We got some tricks to this team, as well as Whisper in the back. And Holy Saya trying to find a way to bite through Grifka. Gonna be a cloak of shadows really early for the rogue in case Holy Saya goes for a Hodge. A bit of mind games between the two. Holy Saya with a bubble. Grifka looking to escape. Hodge to follow. Does have a trinket in case he needs to, but doesn't a burning a trinket as it is a full set of wings for Holy. Looking for regenerating while the bubble is still up. Over for the team 1 we got Forkbeard, who was allowed to play prod for this one. It's just last game of the night. Jayhawk and Arcane, Pikachu's Affliction, and we got ourselves Soldier back in action on that. Actually, really deadly looking Death Knight. I like it. Normally, everybody looks like very humanoid. This guy's just embracing the undeath. Wall up for Holy. No technique by Grifka, I don't think that time around. Disarm to follow. A Shield of Minutes is up for Holy. But every time you got a gouge, Holy Side's gonna have to find a way to deal with these gouges, man. The cheap shots into a full 4-second gouge. Grifka, it's enough time, or almost enough time, for him to veer behind the pillar to try to see if he can find himself uncovered. So for Holy Saya, he's trying to see if he can sit out in the open, standing next to the eyes. Maybe he can go Blessing Protection, grab the eyes, deny Grifka, vanish, and then keep trucking damage at him. Maybe that's what he's hoping for. Trinket, stout into Grifka, perfect opportunity for maybe some damage. Got himself wings with a final wreck and everything available. Grifka trying to see if he can get some damage back over to Holy. Got himself a Warlock Hellstone to give himself a little bit of extra help, but so does Holy Saya. Also got a Warlock Hellstone. Slow into Grifka, but a gouge almost lets him escape. Does get a blind back up with double vanish going back up in just a moment. Sitting up for some food for just a second, and it's gonna go for entire sap. Holy does still have wings, could pick up eyes, doesn't want to do it just yet. Hammer, hidden shot to follow, does go for the eyes, but this is where Griff could try to see if he can make an escape. He just gotta live the Blessing of Protection and the eyes before he presses that vanish. But unless the Paladin can stun him and punish him, does go for the stun. Wake up matches. Wait a second, he still does see him. Wait a second, no, maybe hold on. Cloak of Shadows last second. I almost missed this. Cloak, gouge, Holy Sign needs to get in line the side of the game immediately. Throwing in the hammer. Does it kick him out of stealth? He goes for another vanish. Some double vanish burned by the rogue. If Holy picks up eyes right now, he might be in a good spot. Where Grifka is at, he's not in a great spot to get an open onto Holy, unless he goes in to get himself an angle for a shadow step. If Holy's careful. What is this animation, by the way? How do you slide scoot like that? Does throw in the judgment, but it's going to be enough for Grifka to go for a cheap shot. Either way, wall to try to deny Grifka a go. Probably going to be gouge off this one, yeah? Looking for a reset. Holy, if you're fast on a draw, you might be able to catch up to Grifka. Maybe you do it right here. Wake up Ashes to try to cleave the rogue down. Does not have stuns anymore. Kidney shot, super hard. Does not have a vanish for this one. Wait a second. Holy could actually have himself a proper go. As long as he can reach Grifka, walking through Consecration, Hammer of Justice does go for a trinket. That's going to be final wreck. Evasion up. As long as you use certain Paladin abilities that go through evasion, you will be fine. Jumping right after Grifka, but he goes in for a gouge. Not really behind the pillar. Maybe still get him out in the open. Just needs that line of sight. Goes in for a kidney shot. Secret technique is going to do a lot of damage though. Do you stop it? Cheap shot. Looking for the submissives. There goes the Spore-Cloak. Last bastion of defense for Holy Side. Goes in for the big damage. But Grifka with yet another blind. Trying to see if he can fight the Holy. I wonder if Holy playing into like a Paladin blind would have been good for him too. but does get himself at least full recovery here. Grifka sitting down for food. Holy Saya not rushing after what Grifka was. He doesn't realize that he also has access to food, so he basically has access to his own regenerating every time he needs it. Grifka back up with yet one more vanish. Holy with the wall. Does shrink it out of this one. Stun locking Grifka for a moment. Does have full wings. Bubble available as well, so maybe can make some work. Disarm for a second. Holy, as long as you're right next to Grifka, you might be okay. Gouge to follow him. Do you have the mobility to catch up to the rogue? If you have the mobility to line aside him, does throw the hammers. Put him back in combat. Cloaker Shadows could go for advantage. Trying to see if he can maybe get advantage out of the rogue. There's going to be Shadow Meld stepping right after him. Oh no, that Shadow Meld stab. There's no way. Like, where's it going to go? You can't find him at this point. Looking for the eyes. Has a bubble back up in case he needs to. But does he get... Does bait rogue. He does bait the rogue. Picking up the eyes after picking up bubble. Grifka cannot vanish out of this one. Immunity full up for Holy Saya. Trying to see if he can blast through Grifka. Waco vanishes. Big damage. Stun to follow. No trinket. I think he just got him in. I think it's over, boys. I think he did a blind. He does have a blind. Oh, please. I was going to say, if you make a mistake now, that'll be bad. Holy Saya does claim victory over the rogue. My goodness. I was going to say, that was going to be a rough one. Soldier up next. Summoning a full army of the undeath. Got himself full dots and everything. I think Holy Saya is just like, he's just reveling victory. He doesn't even want to fight the Death Knight. He's fine just going down. He's just accepted victory. He's taking the W. He's taking that one. He's like, all right, I'm going to let my rest of my team play, man. Nina, if you want to play next, or is it not Nina? Is it maybe Morty? Soldier trying to be very careful. Like, who's it going to be next? He's trying to like... His goals are attacking Trix, but I guess Trix is not taking like 80 damage, dude. Warlock privilege. Who's next? I don't think they were figured out. Looks like it is going to be Whisper up next to the Shadow Priest. Well done, Holy Saya, dude. He put everything on the table. He brought everything in just to fight the rogue that terrorized us earlier today. He was able to do it, man. That was so rough. That is so rough. The mage foot really let the rogue catch a reset, but both of them have access to a mage, so I guess it is more or less fair. Both of them have access to Warlock Healthstone too, so it is as fair as it could be. They got very much evenly matched. Gotta be that grip by Soldier, trying to see if he can get himself a big go versus Whisper. As long as he can avoid the barrage, he'll be okay. AMS holding on strong, just enough for that one. Is gonna drop down a dome as the sounds comes out. Full Army of the Dead joins in, trying to be very careful with his interrupts. Does have a kick in case he needs to. Full PI available for Whisper. If he can interrupt him on Shadow, that'll be huge, because at least you could deny him the big disperse. But maybe we might need to go and interrupt him on Holy. Potentially, there goes disperse. Just trying to see if we can play defense. As soon as Spore Cloak as well as Aegis activate, press defensive buttons. Go heal as much as you can. 7 minutes though, it's going to be a little bit harder with his dampening. Fear onto Soldier. Does have a Lichborn. To perfect interrupt onto Whisper. In fact, Whisper could go for Shadow Cast over the Death Knight. If he gets interrupted on Shadow, he could still go for Mind Spike, because that's Frost Shadow, or Shadow Frost damage. It's got the frosty element, so it won't be interrupted technically. It's going to be full damage on Whisper. Man's got nothing really left. Kind of in a bad spot, looking for a flash heal, but an interrupt, and the Soldier is taking him out. Not playing the Execute Reaper build, but is able to get himself quite a bit of damage. Trix is going to be up next. Trix is going to have to get a full set of army pets onto Soldier. If we could just overwhelm him without even being next to the guy, he'll be golden. For Soldier, he needs to get in melee. He needs to, I think, get super aggressive with him. The faster you get army onto Trix, the better. Mortal Coil, interfere immediately. Does not have an out for this one. That's what Trix just wants to be miles away from Soldier. He does go for the IBF. Able to immune the Axe Toss from the secondary pet summon. Trying to see if he can control the Tyrant. It should still summon up a Tyrant, I think. As long as your pets are able to chase it for Soldier. He is able to chain of ice all of your pets, trying to see if he can control them as best as possible. At least all the main pets. Does have one of the Fel Guards charging out towards Soldier. There goes the Spore Cloak, but a 43% dampening. It is barely doing anything for you. Stun into Trix, does himself big dark back into a blind to follow. Trying to see if he can get himself whatever bit of recovery he can, but the man's got nothing really left. Unless he can get himself another army of undead. And maybe those guys could do a little bit of work. They just don't last nearly as long as some of the demons. The demons are just there for a good while. Death Strikes at this point are not really going to do anything for you. I wonder if it's just like a situation where you just go for like Death Coils. But at Axe Toss, oh man. Does get himself shield last second, but the dome only stops the magic damage. But a Demonology Warlock is very much a physical class. Are we really going to set for a beard? Maybe we should set like Jayhawk and Pikachu next, yeah? Just so it's like the tank maybe goes the last cleanup duty or something. I don't know, 47% dampening. Tanks do take more damage in PvP. I'm just hoping Trix doesn't get like juked out here. Wall immediately full beard. I think he just got an AFK away from the warrior. the Pro Warrior, why he's got a big defensive for tricks. But I think technically, like, tanks do take 50% more damage for PvP. It was a bad idea to let it take at least, but we'll see. Tyrant trying to see if he can blast out a fork. He does get himself a second wall available. As long as he can avoid the Tyrant, he'll be okay. Wall down for the count and stun into Forkbeard. I think the Tyrant is just gonna gobble him up, man. He's trying to make some work happen. Heal up Forkbeard, trying to see if he can turn attention onto the Tyrant, taking a bit of damage, but is able to get a lot of recovery from this pets either way though. And Tricks, I think, trying to see if he can take some support, get himself out of there. Last stand up for Forkbeard. Oh wait, you actually get to see all the defensive for a prot. So actually he's got nothing left for defensives. It's actually kind of limited. Anvil Strike. Interesting choice. Spear used to be a good ability. With the Shield Slam, that did a lot of damage back in the day. They nerfed that a lot though. They nerfed that a ton to make sure he just doesn't do nearly as much. Forkbeard got himself Demo Shot at most. Maybe he could use it on all these pets, but that's really about it. But I think, honestly, if he does want to go for like a big prot one-shot thing, definitely wants to use it onto Tricks. Got him some stun, more to call. As long as you stay away from Forkbeard as best as possible, you might actually be okay. Try to go for Shadow Meld? Maybe? Shadow Fury? I mean, Forkbeard could go down right here. He's taking quite a bit of damage right now. Unless he's got summoned for this one. Reflect up. Unless he's got summoned, I think he could just die, maybe? I'm not sure. Tricks is trying to avoid it. Yeah, putting Tricks against Forkbeard. Maybe we should have Forkbeard go last or something. Because Tricks, I don't think is happy with this one at all. Yeah, we'll be a little bit more careful with no tanks next time, chat. No tanks whatsoever. It's just a little. I thought like, yeah, fine. It's the last game. Let him do it. Let the goober do his play. But I don't know, man. Just tanks. Just battle of attrition isn't always that fun. How you have like a sliver of health? There it goes. There it goes. Another cheat death. Basically, man. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Pikachu stun following for Tricks, does get a full go versus the guy stunned right after. Called Dread Circle, got himself full Tyrant as well as a hand to go down. Pikachu with a Mortal Call, full dots available, actually quite a bit of damage, attacking him. Wait, turn on Tyrant, actually turning around into Pikachu, manages to get a blast from miles away. All this info is just hitting him. Man's not a great spot. That's going to be Felgar right next to you. Demon Dog as well. Axos could end you right now. Wait a second. He can't heal fast enough. I think it's just over. Oh, Tricks just ends up taking that one. My goodness. Yeah, there's no way J-Hug is going to let you live unless somehow you just survive for no reason. Trinket on Jay. Hold on, Tricks. If you just get your pets onto Jay, keep him max tossed, and just AFK from him, you could just eventually win this. Hold on a second. Maybe he does do it. Maybe he does just do it in. Axe toss last second. J-Hawk and no help whatsoever. Does go for a big ult of time. I think it's just done. Yeah, there's no way. Well done though. Nina or Morty gotta be up next, man. Dampen is really, really high. You better get in there as soon as possible, whoever's gonna be next. It looks like maybe it is Nina. Maybe? Or at least Nina's maybe waiting for Morty. Yeah, gotta get in there, man. The faster you get in there, the better at this point. Good fight. Hell yeah, dude. You actually did really well. Yeah, we probably should have just maybe had the tank go last or something. Just like after the dampening gets super, super high, right? At least the tank can't really heal. That probably would have been maybe better just because Prot Warriors can't really heal. Poly out right now for J-Hawk, immediately stealing that hand of freedom. Full ring of fire around Nina. Touch of the Magi. Full burst? No. Partial burst, but still doesn't matter. Not even partial. Feels like full. Nina may just have to bubble this and spell warden immediately. If you can get on top of Jay or start throwing in the hammers while wings are active, you'll be fine. But man, just try to see if you can rush over to Jay. Having a bit of a hard time getting over there. Jay with a quick invis. Plenty of health available still, as long as he got himself the all the time. And if he uses it at the right time, he'll be okay. Polly onto Nina. Blind right after. Nina got himself a decent setup. Still has access to a bubble, so as long as you're very, very careful, you might actually be kind of okay. Whatever damage you can do to Jay is going to be great. It's going to be Jay with a back blink stun. Does get himself lots of recovery. Wait a second. Dampening is super high. How are you healing so much? I'm sorry? I'm sorry, what? 74% dampening? Is he immune to dampening while Ice Buck is active? That's a new one. Is that a thing? That seems new. He just healed to full at 72% dampening, 75% dampening. That's a lot. Nina up next with a bubble. Unless you have wings right now, Nina, it might be a bit of a tight spot. Do get a blink out of Jay, I think, just now. Or a reverse blink. Stun. Does he have access to normal blink? He doesn't. Does go for a trinket. Trying to see if he can take down Nina. Does end up cleaving it down. Man, that is unfortunate. Did they change blocks so they're just immune dampener now? Is that a thing? Man, that's unfortunate. Jayhawk gonna be up next versus Morty, dropping down Ring of Frost, or Blizzard rather, as well as I think Frozen Orb. Yeah, Frozen Orb, Blizzard, everything down. Jay just getting shattered entirely. Back-to-back hits. Spike, I think it's just over. Even if you try to... Nice blink, by the way. Well done. Does himself the ultimate time to maybe reposition again. Glacial, as long as you... Oh! Oh my goodness, that was it, dude. That was done. That was just done. My goodness, boys. Shrink's got 3 out of this one. Well done. And you fought a warrior. And they just absolutely destroyed the warlock that followed him. My goodness, well done. Oh, there it is, guys. There it is. Final duel of the night. Thank you all boys so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. Tomorrow we're going to be doing more of them over on the NA. I'm surprised we actually got a proper game for the final round. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go finish up the vid that never gets to be posted today, but because I'm late on stuff, I'm going to go finish it up very quickly. Then I'm going to go take a close look at the rogues, get myself a vid out and running, going over everything that is new and everything that's exciting about rogues. It's a lot of good changes, man. I want to take a close look at it. Tomorrow, back with an A. Gonna get these boys up and running in there. And then Saturday, Sunday, chilling. Monday back, probably more PTR stuff unless we do weekly stuff. Tuesday, weekly. I think I just want to probably live in PTR for a good bit, though. If they do dungeon testing chat, we will have to have groups for dungeons. We'll have to get homies together and do some dungeon stuff, alrighty? So if you guys want to make a character, copy them over in PTR in the near future. Say if you guys want to join us for like the Monday streams, Tuesday streams, Wednesday streams, maybe we'll do Sunday streams now that PTR is out. If you guys want to copy a character to PTR and join us, you should. Test out tier resets, test out playstyles. Someone wants to tank for us or heal for us, that'd be great. I definitely want to test out the vengeance changes as a tank. And Disc Priest, have you seen some of the stuff they can do? They can literally float in the air and penance at everybody. Oh, it looks so good. There's so much cool stuff to take a look at, man. I'll be down for dungeon testing. Hell yeah, because you know they'll be doing some testing for like the Cataclysm dungeon, the Legion dungeons. I think it'll be fun because I'll heal, I'll DPS. I'd love to DPS as Rogue primarily, just so I can test him fully. But yeah, I will heal, I'll tank, I'll do whatever is needed from us. You know what I mean? GG's everyone, living content, Dallas, y'all. Thanks so much. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feels better another one for us. Oh yeah, with all the dampening being out of the way, for sure. For sure. Exactly. Eldritch Blast Machine Gun. Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the regular. Alrighty, boys. Have a wonderful one. Bye-bye. Peace.
Don't feel fucking